Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 30th of December 2019 until the actual 5th of January 2020. So we are having a reading from the 30th of December 2019 until the 5th of January 2020, and I'm going to start like I normally always start with the horoscope sign of gorgeous Aries. My beautiful Aries, this is going to be the week where you are just going to come across a certain little issue, a certain little problem, and the problem that is going to arise is pretty much so going to require from you to kind of just look at the things from a slightly different angle, because this is something that is being ongoing. Sorry, when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, this has been something that was actually ongoing, and for the past couple of years, you see, there was a certain process that took place, and now it's going to come back this particular week, and it's going to require from you just to kind of look at the things from a slightly different angle. And I will tell you how to do this. In order to look at things from a slightly different angle, you basically have to attach yourself to the certain learning experience. So therefore, there is going to be a very strong reflection that you're going to have this week when it comes to learning. And I know it sounds weird, but it's the most important thing that I want to say to you right now. It's basically all about you being as active as you can, all about you being as open-minded as you can, all about you being as daring as you can. This week is very important to kind of dig a little bit deeper, and also try to kind of like just to try to be as open-minded as you can. So the point is to not to get maybe negative, or to not to get angry, and also when the certain challenge arises, which is most certainly going to happen, it's just so important that just to stay committed to the task at hand, and most certainly just give 100%, give 1000%, whatever you do this week, because there will be an element of surprise that you are going to have through this particular manifestation. And this element of surprise, it's actually going to be really good, and it's going to provide you with an option that you wouldn't normally have. But most importantly, this will be surprise. So it's like kind of like not like you are going to be watched, but it's just going to come from the certain stage or the certain process when you were monitored in a certain way. Please don't get too paranoid or anything like that. This is actually really good. This is very good, and this is going to be week where you are going to break the ice, because you are gonna react in a slightly different way when the certain problem occur. But the actual bottom line here is that it's all about a certain truth that is at the same time going to be revealed to you, and that particular truth that is going to be revealed to you, it's going to be a rather wise moment in time, because it's going to help you not only with a vision about the 2020. It's a very strong connection that it's actually going to happen here. It's not only about that, but it's about the fact that this is going to lead towards a very important opportunity and change. And on another hand, it's about flexibility. It is the very beautiful period and a beautiful stage that you will go through, beautiful bridge that you're going to cross over, where most certainly the balance is going to be just right, just perfect. Not only that, this is going to reflect on your own flexibility, so therefore you're going to end up like kind of being like finding a very beautiful solution to the problem that was tying you down, and it was preventing you to be yourself. But you can only realize this like right at around the 5th of January, at around the end of this week, and you will see exactly how much lighter you're going to feel when it comes to your energy, when it comes to your like a wisdom, when it comes to certain restraint. It is going to feel brilliant, but you need to get to this particular stage, to this particular point. It's also my advice is, as I said before, to be as open-minded as you possibly can, because your open-mindedness is not only going to really help you to kind of go over certain things in life and just basically come on top through just slightly different visualization of your own journey. This is going to be absolutely everything, and most certainly it's actually going to help you to avoid certain conflict or a certain battle that you would normally have. And this is wonderful because the bottom line is that this is going to be such a brilliant week when it comes to you feeling brilliant about yourself, about your reputation, about your honor. It is the greatest honor that you are going to feel and have. And this is something that you're going to feel that was missing for quite a while in your life, because these beautiful feelings are also going to reflect on your own emotions, and it's just going to become an important time of the actual focus where you're going to start regaining your focus and optimism, and most certainly the time of unfoldment and invocation at the same time, which means that there is a very important decision that you're actually going to make here, and that important decision is just going to manifest like beautifully, like there is no tomorrow. So that's why, because you're going to be at the peak of your power, and right at the end of 2019, at the beginning to 2020, this is going to be important and significant in order to stay on top. Just think positive, think positive, think positive. Do not bring yourself down. Do not do that throughout this week, because this week you are most certainly going to achieve quite a lot through your own sacred energy by being optimistic, which is just going to keep you going and keep you going and keep you going. Absolutely wonderful indeed. On another hand, it is a very important choice that you are going to have. Very important choice, okay? And the choice that you are going to have this week, it's gonna help you, it's gonna help people around you, and it's also gonna last a long time. It is going to have many stages. So it's just so important to say that these choices, when they happen right at the end of the year, on an entrance towards the new year, they always require from us to dig a little bit deeper, which is exactly what you're gonna need to do. And when I say that you're going to need to dig a little bit deeper, it is the choice that is going to seem like a tiny choice, just only a small choice, but most certainly it is going to be something that it will grow into very important option, which is just going to be relevant with quite a few different opportunities later on. This is because this particular week is also very powerful when it comes to your own harmony, very powerful when it comes to your own conclusion. So therefore it is going to lead towards a very important success, okay? A bit of like an indecisive situation indeed, but then again, it's going to be absolutely brilliant because you are going to make an important decision, and decision that you're going to make is just going to help in so many ways. It's unbelievable because it's almost like it is just one big circle. It's the end of an important circle. So when that happens, then you are able to feel this energy to its full effect, which means that when it comes to like a health, if you had like a long ailments and things like that, this is also going to be an important time when it comes to your own healing, when it comes to your own reflection. Just make sure, this is also very significant when it comes to your health, make sure that you're meditating as much as you can. Make sure that you're like basically also try to ground yourself throughout this week. It's just going to be so beautiful and very important to you, because it's going to not only going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, but it's also going to help you to basically be as creative as you can. It's going to help you to heal yourself. It's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself. It's also going to help you to kind of have this clear focus, even clear basically, by helping you to kind of like meditate in this particular way, rejuvenate yourself, and then the new promise is going to come through. And the promise that is going to come through, it's going to give you the reason for celebration, because something is going to be confirmed to you. Listen to me, my gorgeous Aries, through meditation and grounding, something is going to be proved to you. It's very important thing to say this, because also at the same time it is all about the confirmation that you are going to get, that is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you later on indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you wondering about health, you see it is just basically vitamin D that you're going to need to top up on. Vitamin D, it's very important. If you can go outside and get in the sunshine, that's fantastic, but if you can't, then you just get a natural supplement with vitamin D, or you can just get like a food that is just going to be high in vitamin D. That in combination with the food rich in calcium, or natural supplements rich in calcium as well, because you're going to need something for the combination for your bones. Very, very important indeed. But also I was going to say it would be rather important if you could actually drink throughout throughout this week as much water as you can, so you can get rid of the toxins. This is exactly like very important moment in time when it comes to that particular year, that particular energy, with our own rejuvenation, with our own detox and things like that. So it's going to be wonderful to actually go along with this. It's going to help you along the way indeed. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, then you just need to check with your doctor. You need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not, my gorgeous Aries. Now, when it comes to those of you in relationship, oh la la, you're gonna have like a little bit of like some kind of like a difficult situation that is actually going to arise, and it's just something that you're gonna have to work on, something that you're gonna have to deal with right this week, both of you. It is not necessarily like to do with your partner or you, but it's just somebody who maybe is kind of like a danger, somebody who's not really nice. Is like maybe going to be around your partner, but it's just basically what I need to say is just say to your partner not to do any big dealings, any big signings, any big beginnings, and not to kind of talk about personal things to people who your partner doesn't know or doesn't understand or doesn't feel comfortable with, and that would be really the best way to actually avoid this situation. So it's going to be like a little bit dangerous, not dangerous, but somebody who's not really a good person, nice person around your partner, but it's just basically to protect your partner from this negativity. You just basically make sure that they know not to do any big deals or anything like that if they can avoid this week. It would be absolutely fantastic indeed. Okay, for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, it is just like really good moment in time, because it is just the situation that you're gonna come across, the feeling that you're going to have. This week you're not gonna meet the love of your life, but this week it's going to be very crucial and very important when it comes to the actual realization of something. That particular realization that you're going, this is for the single Aries, very important realization that you're going to have. This realization, it's something that you need, a missing puzzle, which is going to help you to release yourself. You will see exactly what I mean. This is most certainly going to be rather important moment in time for you, my gorgeous Aries, indeed, because it's not going to be that long until this really wonderful person walks into your life. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis. My gorgeous Taurinis, do you know what I mean? It's just so good. First of all, it is like a really good news about someone. Do you know what? It's like, do you know what? God. Do you know what? It's basically like, it's good because it's an inspiration through somebody who is like, who you really appreciate, somebody who's like the family member, somebody who means to you so much, or it's like the really good friend, like a best friend. You see, this is the energy like a family member. Like if you've got a friend like I have, like everybody has, or most of the people have friends or have people in their lives since they were like, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, these people are still in my life, thank you God. But it's just basically, it is just so important to say that, so it can be the same energy, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a very strong emotional energy when you trust people and people trust you, and it's a really wonderful balance in between two people. It's just creating this really powerful bridge of energy, which is just really rejuvenating each other at the same time, and you're learning from each other so much when this happens. So it's going to be either family member or either somebody like in your life who's like really important, is just going to have the greatest success, like something really good. It's going to happen in their lives. I say this is so important because it is just going to be as successful you are. It will mean to you so much because at the same time this is going to create the peak of consciousness, which is going to reflect on you in such a way that it's actually going to inspire you, but at the same time it's going to start building you, and at the same time it's going to start repatching and patching those areas of your lives that kind of left the energy to go through. And this comes through a long time. Within the last 12 years, this was very strong stage, very strong period, and my Taurinis, you gorgeous babies, have been going through. So I am saying that this energy is just going to bring you such a wonderful and healing balance, and it's going to inspire you. It's it's not fair to say, oh, it's going to inspire you, because it's just so much more than that. It's just so much deeper than that. It's just so much more powerful than that. It's just so much more radiant than that, because it's about to create a starting point at the same time. It's going to provide you with a vision. It's going to provide you with an opportunity, realization that you wouldn't normally have through your own radiance, and through this absolutely mind-blowing harmony, you are going to get this beautiful, beautiful inspiration, and that is going to bring you a control over a situation, strength, courage, energy, and determination, and confidence and accomplishment. It's also going to come through at the same time, because you wouldn't realize your own accomplishment if that didn't happen. This is how powerful this energy is actually going to be. But on another hand, this is wonderful. This is very good, because it's also going to create a moment of awakening. Because something you're going to realize, oh my God, something about your situation through this. And this is how things are. And this is why people are meant to be in our lives. And this is why we are learning from each other's spiritual journeys, because this is going to, like, ooh la la, affect you. Rather vavavumish moment in time, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. It's going to affect you in the greatest way. And also you're going to hear something, some kind of present is going to come towards you. It's going to feel like a present. It's going to seem like a present, because it's going to be big. It's going to be huge, because something is going to be done to you. Something is going to be offered to you. Something is going to be given to you at the same time. And that is going to be like a rather interesting moment in time, because it's going to mean to you the world of good. And it's also going to help you to make a decision, like a certain decision that you wouldn't kind of like be able to make if you didn't go through this particular situation. It's wonderful. Oh my God, it's the greatest week of an accomplishment, because you are going to really now start seeing things from a slightly different angle. I repeat, we are getting to the last part of this year. You see, the last part of this year, but it's also the beginning of the new year. So we are just crossing from one stage to another. But you to have so much vibration at this moment in time, it's going to be really remarkable indeed. And also, let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you, like, as more happy you are, the more powerful you're going to be. As more happy you are this week, the more beautiful things you will attract into your life. Do not be moody. Do not be stroppy, and do not feel down. In particular this week, just who cares about the problem? Who cares about the negativity? Who cares about tying yourself down? This week you do what you want to do. This week you feel like how you want to feel. This week you actually just do what you feel like is the right thing to do, and there is going to be the answer for you through your own rebirth, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's the beginning of something very important, and also the start of something very important when it comes to you feeling much better about your finances, and also gain. Absolutely fantastic. The beginning of something absolutely mind-blowing is going to take stage. Very meaningful experience that it's going to come through a certain daring area or daring situation in your life. Most certainly now, this is the time of reward that you are going to have. Absolutely fantastic. On another hand, what I said before, you are going to make a very important decision, but then you will know that this decision that you will make is going to be the step in the right direction, your turning point, most certainly. But it's going to require from you to make a certain suspension, or it's going to require from you to make a certain sacrifice in such a way where you're going to need to kind of like you will realize that something came to an end. You know, you will realize that you just need to move away from something in your life, you know, from the certain stage that slowly came to an end, and it's just dragging your energy down, and it's bringing you down, and it's sorry, it's affecting you in this particular way, you see. But this is so good, like, oh my Lord. Your lucky number this week, also Taurinis, is number 11. You know, it's a powerful number, it's a strong number, it's a very, very, one of the most powerful numbers as well, because it's telling you, it's showing you, it's trying to let you know that you're on the entrance, or at the entrance. It's something really, really sacred when it comes to your life. Very important stage. 2020, it's going to be a very important year in general. Most certainly, this is going to become quite evident when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, right here. Now, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Taurinis, this is very important for me to say, you know what, I can see like you're going to need to kind of pay attention to balance. You're going to need to pay attention to exercise. Like, I understand some people can't exercise. I understand. But even if it's like moving your hands like this, you know what I mean? Even if it's like moving your head like this, any kind of exercise that you could do, it's actually going to raise your energy and it's going to raise your vibration. But this is so important because also at the same time, something is going to be pinpointed to you, some certain inspiration you are going to get through exercise. So that's why this is so important. Your exercise is going to bring something really important out of you, certain emotion, certain feeling that you will be dealing with, that you're going to come across, and that is going to be the return of something very sacred in your life, something from the past. It shall bring you an insight, and that most certainly is going to help you with a certain problem, but it's also going to kind of keep you going with like a stage of your life where you just thought that it's just like kind of like, oh God, not enough of a change is not happening really quickly. So most certainly a swift change will be connected to this. On another hand, it's just so important for you to also like just to make sure that it's like, I can see a little bit of stomach, and I can see your chest here, stomach and chest. These are going to be two areas, and your throat, of course. Yeah, it's nothing unusual. It's, what I'm going to say, pam, 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 organic acerola cherry powder. If you are not taking by now, I know I said it millions of times, but I'm going to say a million times again. So it's organic cherry powder, 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon, mix it up with water and take it the very first thing in the morning. And this is going to replenish your vitamin C levels. Very important because it's going to rejuvenate you, and it's very good for cold and flu, and it's a natural form of vitamin C. And on another hand, what else I was going to say, very important to drink like a carrot juice. Please try to drink organic carrot juice because you're going to benefit from this like there is no tomorrow. I don't know if you can, I suppose you can make your own, but you can buy like organic juices like in a glass bottle, not a plastic one. In a glass bottle, organic juice, carrot juice, just organic, and this is going to be something that you're going to really benefit from indeed. Very important to say. Another thing I was going to say is like a vitamin D. Vitamin D, you can either go in the sun or you can get a natural form of vitamin D. This is going to be something that you will really benefit from. And just one more thing, it's going to be the actual chamomile, organic chamomile tea. I will drink one every single day. I said this millions of times. Some people don't like the taste, but hey, this is just so important. Chamomile tea on its own once a day would be absolutely brilliant because it's going to help with your stomach, and it's also going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system. There is so much more to the actual chamomile tea than what people think that it is. So it's important because it's going to help with your stomach, digestion, and it's going to at the same time help you to flush out the toxins out of the system. And you drink it once a day without sugar. Please, sugar is like chemical, so it's like maybe stevia, natural sugar is quite safe, or you can try like organic honey, for example. But if you've got a problem with honey, I completely understand. So basically you can just go for maybe stevia or even without, and maybe a little bit of organic unwaxed lemon as well. It's quite good actually. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, then you need to check with your doctor or GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you Taurinis that are actually in relationships, you see, it is just basically certain. You're also going, this is the month, this is the week that is just going to be quite relevant when it comes to the certain obstacles, when it comes to couples, when it comes to people in relationships. So there is a certain obstacle that you are going to need to kind of deal with, and something is going to come through, something is going to rise to the top. It's not going to be bad, it's not going to be horrible or anything, but it's going to be like a tiny problem that is going to seem like, oh no, we've got plenty of time to do this. But I just tell you, just any kind of obstacle or problem that comes up, it's absolutely ridiculously important to deal with it then and there. Do not put anything aside. Just deal with it then. So important. Okay, for those of you Taurinis that are actually single and ready to mingy, I don't think it's going to be like a great week to find the love of your life, but it is just going to be certain lesson that you're going to learn, because you're going to come across someone, or someone is going to try to return in a certain way, not ex-lover or something like that, but you're going to come across someone who is actually going to make you feel like rather vavavumish, like, stranger in the nightish. stranger in the night-ish. Okay, someone who's going to make you feel like that, but then you're going to realize very quickly, oh my God, that person is actually making me feel really, really, really negative, or maybe even a little bit anxious, you know. So this is the moment. It's like bam, bam, bam. You just run away, Torini, run away. But this at the same time, it's so important that basically you are going to also get some kind of enlightenment through this. I know it sounds really weird, but that particular situation, it's also going to be opening a very important door to you. So this is quite a significant stage that you will actually need to go through. But after that, someone quite interesting shall come through. You'll see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Torinis, indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful and rather powerful Gemini. I say this Gemini because we have got like you see, I have a really big smile on my face because we have quite a few different rather famous people in the world who are Geminis themselves, and they're very powerful and they're very significant, and it's nothing unusual that we have got some dominant figures in this world that are actually Geminis or Geminis. This is nothing unusual. Geminis are very capable in many different ways indeed. Sometimes, you know, you're very emotional, you're very deep, so you can torture yourself a little bit, but then this is nothing unusual with the people who are extremely clever. You see, bam, 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 Geminis, very clever, very special, very smart. Okay, but I want to say something to you. What is going to happen to you this week, my gorgeous Geminis? It's about the justice, okay? Something in particular that was taking place like in the last 10 months that was draining your energy, that was draining your power. Okay, something very strong and very specific, you know, and it affected you with your feelings, it affected you with your emotions, it affected you in many different areas of your life without you even realizing. By the time you get to this particular week, especially at the end of this week, it's very hard to understand until you actually go through these feelings, through these emotions, because at the end you're going to feel so much better, but there is some kind of passion that you're also going to have discovered about yourself. This is so good because this is where the biggest peak of radiance when it comes to you, my gorgeous Geminis, is actually going to lie here. It's so important, and let me tell you something, it's all about your focus and it's all about your accomplishment. It's all about the unfoldment that you are going to have at the same time. But what I was going to say before, in the last 10 months, my gorgeous Geminis, you actually had a really big problem. What this was draining your energy, but you will not realize how much was this actually draining your energy until you reach this particular point. It's about your justice, and justice. And this is going to make you feel so good because it's going to be very fair and very reasonable. And it's most certainly about to bring you an absolutely remarkable, mind-blowing balance. That balance is going to bring you harmony. And that harmony is at the same time going to unlock your true potential. But behind that, it's also going to be a reward. A very beautiful connection with you, with yourself, with this balance and with a certain vision that at the same time you're going to have here about your future, that it's going to come to you through your night, through your sleeping, through your dreams. Watch this space, my gorgeous Geminis, indeed. Also, the process that you've been waiting for a long time to be sorted, something very important to you, something very significant, and you felt like very unjustified, you know, with an outcome. Now this is yours. This is yours, and it's a lot to do with the time when you were suffering and you felt like really, really unhappy with the reactions from people, maybe reacted to you or treated you in the wrong way. So here you will be also able to prove absolutely mind-blowing moment in time. Oh my God. At the same time, I said reward. At the same time, you're actually going to have a certain new intention that is going to come to the surface, but also an important advice from somebody like quite significant and very important in your life. It's going to take place. That it's going to make you realize, oh la la, there is a light at the end of the tunnel with a situation, direction that you thought that came to an end. You just need to remember, don't don't rush things too much. Don't push things. It's absolutely fine. It's all about the patience, and it's all about this harmony, and it's also going to be about a certain management when you're gonna need to kind of make an adjustment. Adjustment. It's gonna come through the person that you really like, person that means to you, and person that is also going to play an important role when it comes to you being influenced by this week. It's good, and at the same time, this is where the successful situation and the new stage is going to reveal itself, and most certainly there is going to be an omen, Gemininis, that you are going to have an omen like a bird. It's going to have a wings. It's going to be flying, or it's going to be on the floor, it's going to be on the ground. This little bird, it's also at the same time going to appear around you. On one hand, you will know it's time to make an adjustment. It's time to work on a little management. It's time to look at your picture, look at your life from a slightly different angle, but at the same time, it's time to it's certain weakness is going to be revealed to you, through you, about yourself. Now, this is when it's going to become really important, because that weakness, it's also going to be the moment in time when you're going to realize that your big transformation is actually starting. Oh my God. And that in itself, it's going to provide you with a really great emotion. You're going to feel really, really happy here, and most certainly a absolutely optimistic moment in time. Very warmish indeed in many different ways when it comes to the actual completion of the stage, of 2019, that it's actually also going to lead towards something absolutely remarkable when it comes to the new beginning, excitement, and picking up the fruit of your own labor. Absolutely wonderful indeed. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Gemininis, is just so important. Like when it comes to your health, it is just basically you need to just basically try to get carry on taking a spirulina, because you're gonna need to have a little bit of an energy. That is I know I recommend spirulina always, but I'm sorry, spirulina is very important when it comes to natural energy, and I am going to recommend what I think is the best, of course. And if I have to say it again, this is something that you're gonna benefit from when it comes to your health. So it's organic spirulina from Hawaii. It's my favorite from Hawaii. I've done an extensive research, and the one from Hawaii I really trust. So it's organic spirulina from Hawaii, like in a powder form or in a tablet form, and to take every single morning and in the lunchtime with the food, at around the food. You see, it's very important to try to take it around the lunchtime in the food, at around the food time, because then your body thinks that you're actually getting this with the food, with the meal, which is quite even better. But it's just quite important to say organic spirulina is going to help you to boost your energy levels as well. Very important for your basically to boost your immune system as well, quite significant. And also, please just try to get something like magnesium. Magnesium is going to be something quite important for you in combination with the actual B vitamins. Natural B vitamins, they need to be natural, or you can get a B vitamins from the food, but it's important because this combination of these things are going to help you to feed your nervous system, but at the same time it's going to be rather important for your own digestion, okay? For your own digestion. And if you want something added for your own digestion, then you can get organic aloe vera juice as well, and just sip it throughout the week. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. On another hand, what else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually in relationship, this is brilliant, because now this is the peak of your own activity when it comes to reaching a very important stage through your own hard work. Through your own success, there is an important accomplishment going to come through. And it's going to be so important because you're going to feel the greatest honor, and financially this is going to be quite significant stage, and something is going to be revealed to you with a certain shortcut as a couple, and you're going to be very, very happy. You're going to be very pleased, because also you will mark the end of the negative stage or negative period in your life. On another hand, for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, you know what? Stranger in the night, Gemini in the morning, don't be naughty. Now basically, you know what? It's just like almost as if somebody in your mind is still going to be like kind of fighting with you in your mind. Somebody like maybe who you kind of had a kissy with, or maybe somebody who like you had a little relationship with, or maybe you didn't even have a relationship with this person, or maybe you were just thinking about them. So first of all, it's going to be like a little fight in your head between you and that person, because it's going to happen very quickly. You're going to think about somebody else, and then you're going to change your mind really quickly. But that's so important, because that at the same time it's going to create a path that you wouldn't normally have. And this is where this is going to get interesting, because you are going to come across somebody very special this week, and that person is going to return, and that person is going to have many different returns into your life until things take off. So basically, yes, you are going to meet someone quite very significant, very special, who's going to become an integral part of your life. But you just have to remember it's going to happen one step at a time, and this person is also going to be around you when you least expect it, or you're not even going to be paying attention to anything like this. And these are the very, very special people when they arrived into our life at such an uncertain time. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancerinis, you know what? It's like basically, it's so good, because, you know, your week is going to be like, oh God, you know, half and a half. You've got a bit of a yin-yang here, but this is so good, because at least first negative part, you know, it's at the beginning of the week. Who cares, you know? Because the second part, yin-yang, the good one, you know, the positive part is going to be the half week towards the end, and it's going to be so good. But the first negative part, what I was going to say, is just basically not going to be the great time to kind of start new business. It's not going to be the great time to kind of start something very important and to trust to too many people, because the waters are going to be really, really murky. So basically, I'm just saying the waters are going to be really murky, because you're going to come across like a little bit of like a devilish person, a little bit snaky in a grassy. I don't like this snake, because it's as snaky as it could be, but then again, it is just nothing to do with you. This person is really low, this person is really negative. And also, I'm letting you know that to protect yourself, you know, just have a couple of like bags of salt. I know it sounds weird, in your pockets, you know, bags of like a natural pure salt, you know, not table salt, but the natural pure salt, like a little bag in each pocket. And this is the way you protect yourself from this negative energy. Or you can really simply throughout this week have like a little black crystal or black stone, like a black tourmaline, black onyx, black obsidian, or any dark crystal or stone. It's actually going to be very good to hematite. It's going to be very good to protect your energy against all sorts of negative people, negative energies. But anyway, the bottom line is for the first week, don't kind of like when this devilish person is revealed, don't kind of plan anything important. Don't talk about your personal stuff. Don't do negotiations and things like that. That's just for the first half. So, you know, it happens, but at least it's not going to last the whole month, you know, at least it's going to last the whole week. So what's going to happen the second week then, the second part of the week? So the first part of the week would be like from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would say Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday till Wednesday. It's Monday to Wednesday. This person, Thursday maybe, this person, you see, you have to watch to this person, protect yourself by not starting something big or something important. But after that moment in time, after Wednesday or Thursday, you will see that this is the whole new angel, it's coming in, the whole new angel is stepping forward. So the devilish person is like, you know, just going, bye darling, you know what I mean, because the angel is coming through right then and there. So actually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's Thursday. From Thursday onwards, you're absolutely fine. You don't have to worry about anything. From Thursday onwards, not only number 7 is your lucky number, not only you're entering a very sacred stage, not only you're starting something very important, you're actually going to have a fantastic success, gain, and realization. You will hear about it, about your own success. It's going to come through your own gain. It's going to come through your own hard work, and that is going to make you feel so much better about yourself. It's going to make you feel great, and it's also going to raise your vibration. It's going to make you you feel very creative, and or you're going to immediately overcome an obstacle and challenge that has been so important to you for such a long time, and is going to reflect on you by making such a beautiful, important decision that you wouldn't be able to make before. But also this healing energy, it's about to help you so much especially in those areas of your life where you kind of like, when it comes to your health and you didn't see any improvements, you know, so you will be able to see like improvements with long ailments that you didn't see any improvements for such a long time. That's another thing that I was going to say, but most certainly it's so important because you will surprise yourself. It's to do with like overcoming odds, but it's actually finding yourself like on a much higher level than you would normally be. And this is where the beauty is going to be. This is where the magic is going to be, because this is about your victory, this is about your success, this is about your power, and that is going to provide you with an opportunity slightly earlier. An early bird catches a worm. Oh God. That is going to provide you with an opportunity, and that opportunity is actually going to be so good, and this is all coming from an advanced level, advanced stage in your life, and it's going to help you to see through the certain negotiation, very successful negotiations. So until Thursday, no baby, no. After Thursday, yeah, it's fantastic. Just go for it, because it's going to bring you absolutely mind-blowing outcome. But if you do not have any negotiations whatsoever, if you didn't plan, if you would like to have extra negotiations with this, then just go for it, because this is going to be rather sacred moment in time for you indeed, which is most certainly going to lead towards security and power. And I'm so happy for you, because you're entering an absolutely mind-blowing stage when it comes to your own success, security and power. So you will not have to worry about the certain things that you have been worrying about, you know, especially when it comes to money worry, finances and things like that. You will know exactly what do you need to do, and how and where do you need, and what do you need to work towards, because something new is actually going to come through your own success. You're very capable. You're very, very capable when it comes to work, success and career. I said this before. You're ridiculously capable, signs. You can achieve quite a lot. There are lots of people that do look up to Cancerinis indeed. And it's all about the security and power that you are going to have, and most certainly the reason for the celebration. By the end of that week, you will have a very important reason for celebration, and it's going to be so good, because it's going to revive you, it's going to rejuvenate you in many different ways, but also it's going to be like a little shortcut that is going to become rather evident to you at the same time, and it's just to do with the money, it's to do with the finances, and a very artistic and strong feeling that is just going to open up your eyes, and it's going to make you feel very artistic and around your surrounding. Your surrounding is going to be very important for you to actually make a necessary adjustments at the same time, because it's just going to complete the full circle. It's very important indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous Cancerinis, it's basically when it comes to your health. You see, I've seen this before, and I have to say it again, that is your bones and your skeleton is like a very sensitive, so it's something that I see that you really have to take care of. Take care of. It's just so important. Your calcium, your magnesium, and your vitamin D. It's so significant with the combination of flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil is a natural source of omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is something that our body doesn't produce by itself. So it's very beautiful to get it. And from the actual organic flaxseed oil, you help yourself to boost your immune system. You help with the skin, hair and nails. You help with your bones because it keeps them moist, and also it provides you with beautiful omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is going to help you with like your concentration levels. It's just really magical and wonderful ingredient. Organic flaxseed oil is just a very, very important, because it's also going to help you to keep your joints moist. Very, very important indeed. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor, check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. On another hand, for those of you in relationship, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic, because you have to watch your partner. Your partner is going to have a really important idea. Don't laugh. Your partner is going to have a really significant idea, so just go for it, because this idea is going to be very important. Okay, watch this space. Okay, so another thing I was going to say, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, or for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, I just most certainly, I'm sorry Cancerini, but I would say to you to just run on miles. Like when you come across this person, somebody really horrible, you know, that sounds awful, but it's just somebody that probably is going to be like a very strong on the outside, like really nice and really, ooh, hello darling, but as soon as you start talking to them, you just want to vomit. You just want to vomit. And this is when people are so beautiful on the outside, but there's nothing on the inside. And it does happen, like a really beautiful shell, but as soon as you start talking, it's like nothing there. I know it sounds horrible, but it does happen. So there is going to be like a deceptive person around you, very tricky and very dishonest. So if somebody does try to be with you, I know that you will know. You'll be kind of like you will be able to feel this negative energy. So just around my Cancerinis. This is also part of the certain test that you will have, you know, certain test that it's about to, you know, change something about your spirituality, not about your spirituality, but it's just going to kind of help you to go through the certain understanding of yourself. You know, and that is going to be the starting point of your turning point of somebody coming in 2020 into your life. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. I say this, look, it's just Leonis, my gorgeous Leos. It's like important because it is just all that you have been waiting for, all that you have been working for, all that you have been lacking your energy because, all that your energy was drained through or from, you know. This is to do with a long stage and a long period of you feeling unhappy, feeling empty, feeling sad, feeling uncertain because you just were waiting for the right moment and right time to get a certain confirmation or to receive a certain confirmation or to have a certain sign when you can make a really important decision in your life. When I say really important decision, it's more like about you coming to terms with a certain life changes. But this is good, this is brilliant, because this is the time of your power. It's the time what you have been thinking about, is the time what you have been focusing on, is the time what you have been hoping for. But it's also a lot to do with like a reward through the hard and heavy karma that you had to go through the last 36 months. We are entering a very sacred stage, my gorgeous Leonis, so it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a ridiculously important moment in time when it comes to your reward, but also very important to say you do not need to change anything. You do not need to make any drastic changes. Everything that you have done so far, especially in the last 6 months, you know, that you have been like kind of focusing on, that you have been hoping for, that you have been working towards, now it's going to be like really absolutely fantastic moment. Leonis, I think that you're very specific, you're very strong, you're very powerful, you're very significant, and you need to know this. You need to know this. The beauty with you, my gorgeous Leonis, is the fact that you're even more beautiful because you're not aware of this, okay? It's like, it's so beautiful. It reminds me of Tauruses, you know, Taurinis, you know, so beautiful, but sometimes they're not aware of how beautiful they are. And this is what makes them even more beautiful. And it's with you, Leonis, as well. You're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous, but you're just not aware of how beautiful and gorgeous you are. And this is something that is a very special trait that makes you even more beautiful. Okay, so it says a lot about yourself, the way you are, you know. This is so important, my gorgeous Leonis, you know. Let me tell you something. It's basically the progress that is going to change your life. The progress is going to take this week that's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's just going to be so good. It's going to raise your power. It's going to give you a woomish feeling when it comes to action. It's going to rejuvenate your energy, so you're going to feel very sexy. You're going to feel very radiant. You're going to feel very powerful. And this is very clever week because you will be using this energy to achieve something. It sounds weird, but no, no, baby, no, because you will have the perfect combination of in between spirituality and in between like your success energy. It is just going to be perfect this week indeed. So this is why you're going to come across with an option and you will just go for it. A bit of a bravery, it's going to be there, a little bit daring situation that is going to be connected to your situation. So what you're doing now, you're just going to go on and take on the next place. You're going to act in a different way. You're going to do something differently. You're going to go for it. You're going to just go to the top of your own power by exploring yourself, by acting in situations that you're doing, with things that you're focusing on, your work, your career, and things like that, that you're just going to take on the whole next level by acting differently. Oh my God, it's so important. That is going to be such a powerful time for your own progress, action, and also it's the influence from somebody that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing at the same time. That influence is going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, through somebody who is very important in your life, but also somebody who's very close and very important, very similar to you. But also it's going to be vice versa. You're going to be like the same projector to them. You're going to be help them to project this energy. You're going to project this energy on them at the same time. So this is just going to be like, oh my God, an important time of illumination, an important time of your own power, an important time of your own vibration, where you will just feel so strong. And that, my gorgeous Leonis, it's going to be responsible for your own turning point when it comes to your practical knowledge, when it comes to your skills, when it comes to your strength, when it comes to your strength and skill. You will know. You just need to be yourself. You need to be yourself. You are you, and you're the best version of you, my gorgeous Leon. As I said to you before, it's where your power is, okay? It's so important. And also an important negotiation is going to take place, my gorgeous Leon. Is an important negotiation is going to take place, and you're going to do so great. On another hand, if you do need to have negotiations, you can have them throughout this week. It's going to be quite good. Also, very important that, come on, I don't even know how to say this. It's a turning point you will have. You're going to come across a bizarre situation. Please throw yourself into wherever you can throw yourself. I like saying this, throw yourself, because it's so important. Because sometimes when we think too much, when we are hoping for something too much, we block ourselves from happening. It's true. If it's too intense, this is how strong energy is. But this is all going to happen so wonderfully to you. So most certainly you're going to be part of the kind of some kind of weird group of weird situation, unusual group of people, which is going to make you to react in a certain way to the certain situation. But that is just going to absolutely become a Wheel of Fortune moment in your life, my gorgeous Leonis. I'm so happy for you, because this is big, this is huge, and it's something to do with advancement, a lot advancement of your own life, and it's going to give you courage to make an important decision that you wouldn't be able to have before, okay? And that is going to lead towards an absolutely mind-blowing success in your life. I don't even know what to say. This is so important to just kind of stay true to yourself. You're going to be very wise. You need to be as flexible as you possibly can throughout this week. Go and meet as many people as you can, because that is also going to help you to embrace very important stage in your life, which is about to unearth itself. It's so good, because you're going to make an important decision which is going to help you to protect yourself and protect people around you. Wow. It's about your own success, and it's also about reaching a very important stage of your own accomplishment. Couple of things you're going to be kind of thinking about. Both things are going to be equally just as good. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Leon, is it's basically your health. It's just, you will be very busy this week. A lot is going to be happening, and also emotionally you're going to be just a little tiny little drain, but purely because maybe you will be worrying about somebody in your life. Somebody in your life that means to you so much. Maybe you were going to worry about them a little bit, and this is going to emotionally drain you just a little bit. But I would like to say to you that it's the B vitamins, natural B vitamins. It's so important to take natural B vitamins, because this is going to help with your nervous system, with your stress, together with magnesium supplement. This needs to be natural supplement, but at the same time this is going to help you with your digestive system, because it is going to reflect on you, on your bones quite a lot as well. My goodness. So it's like on your bones, so, and digestive system. So basically what would you need to do is get something like a vitamin D, very important as well. So this is going to help you with your bones. Also organic flaxseed oil, it's natural source of omega-3 essential fatty acids, also very important because it will boost your immune system. It's going to keep your joints moist, but it's also going to be very important for you when it comes to your circulation and things like that. It's quite significant when it comes to your bones and when it comes to your skeleton. So it's vitamin D and organic flaxseed oil, very important. And also on another hand, what else I was going to say, calcium, let me not forget calcium. Okay, calcium is also very important, but for your digestion you really need to be careful. Like please try to avoid like as much as alcohol as you can. Try to avoid like sweets, try to avoid sugar, try to avoid cakes and things like that. I know it's like a festive time of the year where people eat a lot, but just try to kind of protect yourself by avoiding too heavy food, and just try to drink as much water as you can so you can flush out the toxins out of the system. If you're on any other medication, so if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Leonis, now for those of you that are actually in relationship, this is absolutely mind-blowing moment in time, because if you had problems, they will come to an end. You know, if you had issues, they're going to come to an end. You are reaching a very important turning point when it comes to your partner and when it comes to your life, you know, and it's also going to need a little readjustment, but it's to do with something that you both wanted to do and something that is going to come out of all this situation that is going to provide you with an earlier opportunity to go along towards the certain plan that you actually had before. For those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, oh my god, Leonich, you know, it's just so important to say that very important harmony is coming through into your sign. So if you have been waiting to find the love of your life, if you've been waiting to find someone, you know, you're going to be surrounded by a group of people, and one of them is just going to be somebody who is going to come through very soon, okay? But it's, first of all, there's going to be very important harmony that you will feel with somebody, and it is going to be real. It's going to be very significant. It's going to be very important, because that person is going to return into your life. But it's going to come with it's going to start with the harmony. You're going to get on really nice, and you will want just a little bit more of that person. So there is someone very special about to walk into your life, and you're going to feel about that person like, oh, I like them, you know, like that, and that is going to be the real thing. Okay, just watch this space, my gorgeous Leonis, watch this space. Okay, so before I do Virgolini, I'm just going to go for 1 second and I'm going to come back. Okay, just a second. Well, I heard there was a secret code. Just a second, and I dropped my coffee. I'm back, 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 I'm back. Hello, my gorgeous Virgolini. Sorry. Now, basically, do you know what? Virgolini, now it is just, it's brilliant. You will be tested this week, okay? Virgolini, I'm going to start with the fact that you're going to be tested. Be very good. I'm not saying that you're not good, but I'm saying be as generous as you can, okay? You will see exactly what I mean. You are going to be karmically tested. This is very important, and it's rather significant moment in time to happen where we are entering from one dimension to another. Year 2020 is going to be mental. I'm gonna have to make a video about that separately, but when I make this video sometimes I say a little bit too much. But anyway, 2020 year is just going to be absolutely life-changing for literally every single one of us in many different ways. But that I'm going to talk about in a different video at some other point. But to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you are entering an absolutely mind-blowing stage. Now, I want you to imagine this stage this week like an entrance into something absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to the return of the optimism, the return of an absolutely ridiculously high and important vibration that was missing in your life. Vibration in itself, it's a very important thing. It's a very important energy, okay? Every single thing in this earth has got its own unique vibration. So vibration, it's a lot about vibration because it reflects on us. And then on another hand, this is how much energy we have in order to deal with things, with people, and with life situations around us. If our energy or vibration is low, then we just can't kind of get our own feeling of our own particular specific journey, because we can do so much. We can be at the peak of our activity. We can achieve so much, but it's not going to mean that much if we haven't got a perfect balance in between work, life, spirituality, and that harmony. If that's missing, then that can kind of slow things down a little bit. But it's not only about that. It takes our ability away from being happy, from being excited, because we come across the certain stage of our life that becomes crossroad, and then it's just we are doing great, we are doing well, we do this, we'll do that, but it's always something missing. It's always something missing. So these Virgolinis now an important stage where the balance will return, okay? You will kind of feel this so much because you are going to come to terms with a certain stage of your life that slowly came to an end, okay? Connected to somebody, connected to the certain person, connected to the certain situation. It could be connected to the certain group of people. You will want to move away from that situation. You thought about this many times, and you will think about it many times, but you see, this is what this vibration does. It takes your balance away, and then you're afraid to make an important decision because you don't trust yourself how much you should trust yourself. Virgolinis, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you are sacred. You're one of the most powerful signs of the zodiac. So everybody's powerful in a different way, okay? But when it comes to your own discovery, rediscovery, your psychic feelings, your vibration, your mediumship, you're very, very powerful indeed. And once you have the perfect balance of energies, you can just achieve so much, but it's always that little extra that you are going to kind of feel drawn to, that is going to surprise you, which is where the magic is, most certainly when it comes to you, with an element of surprise, with an element of success, with an element of the new option that is at the same time going to become a victorious, highly highly victorious time for you. You see what I mean? Emotionally, you will just start getting to the point, and these emotions are going to sharpen you up, and that is going to be the becoming, or that is going to become the beginning of your rebirth. And most certainly at the same time, that very moment, it's going to become the start of a very important invocation. Invocation, it's very important because you're going to make a decision. Now don't tell me like, oh God, now you're telling me like weekly readings, now I have to wait one more year. No, it's not. You will make an important decision this week, and that decision is going to take place, like it's going to become huge in September 2020, September 2020. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing and very important when it comes to you, but it's to do with the success that you are going to have this week. Most certainly this week you're actually going to, as I said, be tested, be very as open-minded as you can, help as many people as you can. I'm not saying that you're not helping people, I'm not saying that you're not doing things for people, but if somebody asks you something, go for it. Perhaps you were really busy. This is why I'm saying that when the vibration is so strong, and so far the Virgolinis, my gorgeous people, you have been very busy and you have been focusing, but there were like about 3 or 4 different stages of different elements of your life that were actually passing by, but you didn't pay attention. And it's important because you don't pay attention what's happening around you with your emotional lives, with the whole picture. You know, it's just all part of all this spiritual journey. Then if you don't do that, you're never going to be happy, and you're never going to get where you want to get in life. Do you get me? It's so important, because you're going to get this balance back through your own karma, through your own kind of like a goodness, and you're going to come across in particular one situation this week, and someone is going to require your help. Go for it, my gorgeous Virgolinis. It's time for you to turn the plates around, turn the tables around. It's all going to be about you, about your emotions, about your feelings. The life goes like this. Don't just spend your life like worrying about things and focusing on things that are absolutely unnecessary in life. I'm not saying that you have been doing this, but I'm just saying that it was draining your energy, like in so many different ways. Indeed, it was draining your energy, and now that balance is going to come back, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. It's a beautiful karmic moment that you are going to have. Also, on another hand, there's a certain gift that you are going to receive. You're going to realize a certain gift, okay? You're going to get a certain gift, and you're going to realize a certain gift about yourself. You are going to get a gift, but you're also going to realize a certain gift about yourself. Certain gift. Just remember this, very important. On another hand, it's just basically about the actual health, you know, also very important for those of you with long ailments and things like that. And now this is going to become an important stage when it comes to you feeling much better. But on another hand, it's all about the actual materialistic gain that you are going to have through the good news right at the beginning of the week. Good news about your own success, about a certain accomplishment, but at the same time, you're going to hear good news about somebody who means to you so much, somebody who's like a family member, somebody who you were really like worrying about, and that is just going to help you to kind of chill out, relax, and most certainly that is going to kind of activate you in certain areas and certain other parts of your life, because it means that you were also like worrying about some certain family member, about someone, and it took too much, not too much, but it took a lot of your energy without you even actually realizing. It's just all about, this is so good, Virgolinis, I'm not even, my lord. It's all about your own success, and it's just materialistically, this is going to be ridiculously important, and also a little surprise, because you're going to find yourself in a so much better way, so much better level, you know. It's fantastic because it's all about the abundance that you will have. Very victorious moment in time, very great wish that it's also going to start happening, very great wish it's going to come through, but also a little bit of like an uncertain situation that is going to require from you to kind of not rush into it, not rush into any decision on anything like that. It's important to take time out. When I say time out, my Virgolin, is when you feel like you need to be rushed. If you feel like somebody's rushing you, no, baby, no. Just remember what Ashita said. Just remember, if somebody's trying to rush you into something, no. You just basically, you need to step away from the situation, because I don't like that. This is not a good week to rush into anything, because you're going to have a very strong connection with your spirit guides. You are reaching an absolutely highly illuminated stage of your life, of your spiritual journey, of your karma. So there's no point to rush. So you go home, you sleep one night, and then you get a shower of wiseness. When we sleep, the rest of our brain works that doesn't normally work. So therefore, we have astral projections all the time. So we are like kind of like provided with all sorts of informations that we don't that's gone off. All sorts of informations that we don't normally have. So this is so important, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you see? So important, like there is no tomorrow. I'm just gonna turn this on. Sorry, Virgo. This is not gonna go. Let's try like this. Come on, be nice. Sorry, Virgolini. There you go. Sorry. I'm so annoying. Sorry. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it's just all about your own success, all about your own material attainment that you're going to have. I'm so happy for you. This is purely to do with the actual patience. My gorgeous Virgolinis, you were waiting for this moment in time for a long time. Oh my God, it's to do with the patience, it's to do with the harmony, it's to do with like all this like a realization that is leading towards the turning point. But most certainly it's the confirmation that you will have, that you will need to work on a management a little adjustment, and at the same time the perfect person is going to influence you as well. This is the peak of everything. Part of the peak of everything, it's actually the influential person. The person who's going to influence you this week, it's going to be absolutely perfect person to influence you. You will think about somebody who's very influential in your life, but at the same time, my gorgeous Virgolinis, at the same time, an omen, and a little birdie, it's gonna come through, and the omen that with this bird is going to be very strong and very powerful. And it's at the same time going to make you realize that, you know, maybe you will move on from the certain situation, that maybe it's going to cost a little bit of like a heartbreak and uncertainty, but it's just all about the power that you will have when it comes to your feelings and emotions. And it's not about the power, but it's about this longevity, it's about this being strong, it's about being sharp, and it's about having the right balance in order to see and reflect on what was happening and the way you feel, and how you want your life to be now, and how you would want your life to like turn out to be. It's very deep, it's very complex, and it's just part of this rather deep and significant situation, which is at the end of the day going to become like a part of the absolutely mind-blowing progress, mind-blowing unfoldment. So when you see the little bird, at the same time you must make sure that you check the time as well, see the number, check the sequences at the same time, because sequences are also going to be rather relevant at the same time, because sequences are also going to let you know and make sure that you know that this is a lot to do with your destiny and fortune. But the bottom line is, when you see that bird, when you see that omen, you will know that it's big time coming, and it's also going to require from you to make a necessary adjustment in your life. It doesn't have to be physical or anything, but it's just about what is bringing you down, what is making you unhappy, what do you want to get rid of, what is no longer serving you anymore. It's time to fly. This is your butterfly moment, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Just get rid of everything. Get rid of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Get rid of anything in your life that is bringing your energy down. It's important because, you know, you are going to come to an end with this overburdened feeling of stress. This is your time, and at the same time, it's all about the completion and travel that you are going to have. A wonderful realization when it comes to the big stage of your life, and also an important moment of realization where you will realize that you will reach an important point in your life very, very soon, much sooner. And some while ago you were thinking about making necessary changes, you were like, absolutely no. But now this is gonna be very, very sacred and very important and very highly actionable time when it comes to that, because it's going to be something from before that is going to return, and it's going to help you to make like a decision with like a little bit of situation, but also it's just going to continue something that you always wanted to do, something that you always wanted to happen, something that you always wanted to work towards. Big change that is going to require from you to make absolutely massive changes around you, change quite a lot. But this is just a very beautiful, beautiful lotus moment that you will have of your own power. The new promise will come through, and it's about to bring you such a wonderful sense of creativity as well. Things that didn't make sense before are going to be absolutely fantastic now. You know, it's just going to become the peak of the actual illumination. Indeed, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And also certain traveling, it's going to kind of be rather important and rather significant, certain traveling. So even if you like go if you book this week and then you go like in 6 months, you know, it doesn't matter. If you book this week and then you go like in 9 months, it doesn't matter. If you book in if you book this week and then you go like at any other time, or you go this week, it still doesn't matter. As long as you book this week, any journey or any plan, any holiday, whatever you do, the energy of this particular week is going to be attached to it. So what is going to happen? Something is going to be revealed to you on these holidays. When you go there, when you're there, or on your way back. I say holidays. Some people can't go on a holiday, so it can be only like a trip away to the forest, to the nearby forest, or, you know, a little picnic, you know, anything that takes you away from the actual situation, everyday situation, is just going to raise certain power and certain vibration within you. And that is also very important moment in time of your own activity, which is actually going to raise your vibration for your determination, and it's going to give you an idea, very good idea indeed. Okay, another hand, what else I was going to say, that your justice is coming this week, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Your justice is coming this week, and I'm absolutely super delighted for you. It's bringing you balance, okay? It's bringing you wonderful energy. It's going to open up your eyes. It's going to bring you courage. It's going to bring you strength. And at the same time, you're going to get an amazing advice, okay? Really important advice you will get this week. And you will know, you will think like, oh my God, this is exactly what was missing in my life. Indeed. Okay, so now my gorgeous Virgolinis, basically it's like when it comes to your health, you're like, oh my God. No, sorry. When it comes to your health, you're like, oh no. No, okay, no joke. You know, this is important. It's a lot to do. Please do this. Every morning when you wake up in this week, every morning when you wake up, try to take the actual organic oranges, okay, freshly squeezed organic oranges. You're gonna really benefit from this. But I understand if some people find this quite acidic, because lots of people will find like maybe oranges like a little bit acidic. Some people don't. But if you find oranges a little bit acidic, then you can get like organic aloe vera juice and have organic aloe vera juice like the very first thing in the morning instead. For you and for you who don't find this acidic, I would highly suggest you to get like organic oranges and have a freshly squeezed orange juice every single morning, okay? And I don't know if you can actually get organic, but like as natural oranges as you possibly can, as natural oranges. You know, I say, you see the point that we got in this life, like you don't even know, some fruit is just like made up with chemicals, like they put like a little drop in the water and it becomes like a salad. It's disgusting. So that's why it's just so important that basically it's just to make sure to get like a natural fruit. So you get natural oranges, like squeeze them very first thing in the morning and just drink it. Take that is going to replenish your vitamin C levels so beautifully. And on another hand, take 3 tablets of spirulina at the same time. If you don't have a tablet spirulina, organic spirulina, then you take a powder with this, mix it up, probably tastes vile, but you know, maybe you can take 2 different supplements, orange juice and then spirulina. But it's going to be so important for you to do this because organic spirulina from Hawaii, because it's going to boost your immune system and it's going to give you a little bit of energy. I know that your energy is going to be like very important and significant when it comes to the power of your mind and the power of your thinking and the balance, but it's still kind of to protect your energy in general and to re-energize yourself. I highly suggest you to get spirulina, but at the same time it's going to help you with your stomach. At the same time, it's going to boost your immune system, which is absolutely so important, like there is no tomorrow, okay? You're also going to benefit from calcium and extra calcium, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and you must take a vitamin D. If you are having a sun every day, or something, that's absolutely fantastic. But if you don't, then vitamin D is a must. It's just so important. On another hand, avoid aluminium products. When it comes to your deodorants, it's ridiculous how vile aluminium is. So try to use like aluminium-free deodorants. Very, very important. So your pores must not be blocked this week. And also try to make sure that you're using natural toothpaste, organic aloe vera and tea tree, and mouthwash aloe vera and tea tree without fluoride. And also, what else I was going to say, oranges contain the vitamin C, and this is also going to help you with your gum healing, and your gums are going to be quite sensitive, my gorgeous Virgolinis. So much to to pay attention to. On another hand, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, then just check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Now, basically, for those of you that are actually in relationship, my gorgeous Virgolinis, it is just a very mature decision that you are going to make. It is just the situation is going to arise, and both of you are going to need to kind of pay attention. But I think that something is coming to the certain turn, something is coming to the certain point, something is coming to the certain stage. So this stage is very important for both of you to kind of pay attention to, because it's going to require from both of you to make a certain adjustments or certain arrangements in order to kind of work with this, in order to kind of go through this, in order to kind of fix this. Important. The bottom line is, like any issue that comes through, anything that you feel like you need to kind of pay attention to. Very important indeed, both of you. For those of you Virgolinis that are single and ready to mingy, stranger in the night, Virgolini in the morning. No, I know. At this moment in time, when you least expect it, you see, you will be the part of you're going to be like surrounded by the group of people, but you will be thinking about certain success. You will be thinking about a certain excitement. So this is an important moment in time, because at the same time, it's also going to kind of be the beginning of manifestation when someone very special is about to enter your life. But before that, you're going to come across someone absolutely gorgeous, somebody absolutely ridiculously good looking in your mind, in your eyes, who is going to pay attention to you. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they noticed me. This is nothing unusual, my gorgeous Virgolinis, but this is a special moment you will have this week. So you are going to meet someone very special. But first of all, this person who is going to notice you, see, who's going to like kind of like raise this vibration within you, because you will be surprised that they picked you out. But this is going to be something very significant, that it's actually going to take this the stage. Pay attention, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is going to be a very important moment in time. Okay, very important indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my gorgeous Libra. Libra. This is so good. I mean, come on. It is just like almost someone, it's going to kind of be like the center stage of you making an important decision. Someone is going to help you to push things over. I say someone is going to help you to push things over, somebody who really knows you, somebody who really influences you, somebody who has a really great impact on you, but also somebody who you kind of think of really in a really positive way indeed, and that person has got like a really nice influence on you. It's gonna tell you something this week, and this is going to be an advice that you're going to get, that you're going to gain through this person. The advice is going to be so important to you because you think the world of this person. It's somebody very clever, it's somebody very smart, and it's also like a very important when it comes to your life, when it comes to you making decisions. That person is going to tell you something that you may not like necessarily, my gorgeous Libra, but who cares? You know it's going to be the right thing. First of all, you'll probably be like, no, maybe not, no, I'm not going to listen to you. But it's to do with like a fantasy, certain fantasy when it comes to certain unrealistic attitude about a certain imagination and a daydreams needs to come to an end. This is so important to close this door, my gorgeous Libra, because at the same time you close this door at this particular week, the new door is going to open like in few days time. You see, we are entering an absolutely ridiculously important stage when it comes to the new period in your life, when it comes to new options in your life, when it comes to new dimension and new direction in your life. So that's why it's important to close this door on time. So therefore, somebody who knows you really well, or somebody who really understands you, it's going to tell you something, it's going to give you an advice about this stage of your life that it comes to an end, something like impressive but not really substantial in your life. It just needs to come to an end, but in the last 7 months that was kind of relevant, and it was kind of like taking a little bit more energy from you and then it actually should. So it's very important to actually just kind of like realize that this came to an end. It's a significant moment in time because on one hand it is just going to help you to release yourself from unsatisfied desires, so you're not going to go the wrong path. Very soon, almost immediately, it's something is going to click like this, and this is going to come through your own rebirth, because an unfoldment of your life on an uncertain stage, it's going to start then and there that you wouldn't even expect, because you wouldn't kind of like go towards this direction, you wouldn't go down this road. But most certainly this is going to change everything, because it's going to be followed by you realizing the certain trail about yourself that is going to take place in its place. It's so important because it's going to be followed by the challenge that you will have, but you need to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself. By trusting yourself, you're following your truth. By trusting yourself, you are you. By trusting yourself, you trust your subconscious mind, you trust your spirit guides, you trust your guardian angels. This becomes a very relevant and strong moment in time, because it brings you the harmonious energy in. At the same time, it makes you super wise, super clever balance, and it helps you to not only feel optimistic and artistic, but it also helps you to actually deal with an obstacle that was just driving you nuts for such a long time, because you weren't too sure what to do. And most certainly the problem, an annoying issue that was bringing you down and slowing you down, it was affecting your confidence and self-esteem. My Lord, it's finally coming to an end at the right moment in time. This week is so important to actually close the door that not necessarily need to be open. That not necessarily need to be open. And itself, at the same time, you will see, as soon as you close this door, as soon as you come to an end of this, the whole new dimension is going to be revealed to you with an ideas, with the creativity. That's how you will know that you are about to embrace a very important stage in your life, and it's a lot to do with you releasing yourself from negativities and worrying and being feeling negative about yourself. And it's time to move on, to open your eyes and just use your own radiance and just be as spontaneous as you possibly can. Every single time you're spontaneous, that means that you have been guided by the very sacred energy, very sacred power, and this is exactly what is going to take essential stage. When it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra, on this particular week, indeed, this is brilliant. You're going to have a good news, about your gain, about the advancement by the end of this week. Good news about the advancement, money, and security and power. And that in itself, it's also going to give you the ability, to kind of stretch your way of thinking slightly further. And this is where the new option, it's going to come through as in a form of like some kind of vision that you're going to have, and it's going to become highly vibrational because it's going to be brand new, but it's also going to have an element of what you always wanted to do, but there is like something it's going to take over that is just going to be umbrella for all that at the same time. It's brilliant because it's also becoming the time of invocation, when you will invoke something, start manifestation here. My Lord, Libra, fantastic. On another hand, just remember, apprenticeship, it's a lot to do with apprenticeship, and it's a lot to do with a certain option that is going to seem like a really tiny, that it's going to become huge later on. But this is how it happens, because it's so small and we are still part of the 2019, and now we are crossing into 2020. There's still going to be certain challenges that are going to require from us to be as open-minded, as adventurous, as daring as we can, because something very tiny is going to become really huge. And this is how it happens when we are crossing from one dimension to another. We just need to kind of help out in order to dig a little bit deeper in our own situation, in order to enhance the illumination around us, which is just going to provide us with so much better visibility than we would actually have before. Oh my God. Remember, you will also remember to stay committed to the task at hand. Remember to stay committed to the task at hand, because that is going to be the peak of your power. You will be trying to be distracted a little bit, just remember to stay committed to the task at hand. It's going to be brilliant. Try to have number 8 also on you, in your pocket, on your pendant or something like that. Number 8 is going to be brilliant, and it's going to be a lucky number. Number 8 is very important when it comes to the significant fortune change for the better. When it comes to security, power, finances, very important stage and very important realization. You will find yourself in such an advanced way when you will see that you've got more resources than you need to move on. Libera, remember my words. Remember my words. Libera. No, not that. Libera, remember my words. You've got more power, more Vavavumish feeling, more Vavavumish energy, more resources than you need to move on. Just remember, don't block yourself down. The answer is within you. The power is within you. You are the one who creates this, yeah? You're the one who creates your destiny. Go for it. Okay, so now basically what I was going to say is just also, it is about a very big moment that you are going to have. And I'm absolutely mind blown by this. Libra, you're going to have a great moment when it comes to success, when it comes to material, situation, because it's going to be absolutely brilliant. Very great when it comes to stability. Very great when it comes to your personal victory, and very great when it comes to personal stability and personal victory as well. It's absolutely highly important moment in time to have your eyes open, and it's also providing you with an opportunity to go out there and to do as much as you can that you feel uncomfortable doing, any problems, any annoying things in life that are just kind of requiring certain adjustment and energy from you. Just go for it, just do them, because you will surprise yourself. Any problem, this is the time that I said before, any issue that we have that is annoying and terrible to deal with, it's going to come out much better later on, because there's going to be so many rewards and possibilities that you're actually going to have out of it, and otherwise you wouldn't have none of it. It's mind-blowing indeed. For those of you that are actually wondering about health, it's just a cold and flu. It's just so important. It's your chest, okay, it's this part, it's your head, and it's your throat. Yeah, so it's a cold and flu, very much so. I would highly suggest you to get organic. I know you're gonna say, oh my god, organic acerola cherry powder. I'm sorry, babies, but this is what you have to do. Very first thing in the morning, you take organic acerola cherry powder, 1 teaspoon. I know I said millions of times, I'm gonna say it again, important. 1 teaspoon, a little bit of water, drink it first thing in the morning. So significant, like there is no tomorrow, because that is going to help you to replenish your vitamin C levels, but it's going to help you to boost your immune system as well. And it's also going to help you with the healing, gum healing in your mouth, because your mouth inside are going to be really sensitive. And just try to avoid fluoride toothpaste, fluoride mouthwash, and just have a mouthwash, organic mouthwash without fluoride, and toothpaste without fluoride. It needs to be aloe vera in tea tree. Tea tree is fantastic. Aloe vera is fantastic as well. So this is something that you should actually take. And the vitamin D, important to take a vitamin D. Absolutely highly significant, my gorgeous Libra. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP, because only a doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you that are actually in relationship, you will decide something very important. Something very important is going to take place, and only two people who really like each other, only two people who really understand each other can actually get to this particular point. So something very important is going to take place, and all like some kind of ritual about love, compassion, and also most certainly the ideas. You're both going to have a couple of ideas, and they're both going to be great, but you are going to be able to kind of take them on this time. Okay, fantastic. For those of you Libras who are actually single and ready to mingle, you know what? Like, you are going to really come to terms with something first, and then you are going to find yourself being part of a certain group of people, but it's very difficult to explain, because something very unknown to you is going to take place in such a sense where you will find yourself being surrounded by completely new dimension, okay? And that is going to be such an amazing moment in time, because it is going to be the first time you come across someone, my God, like really important. So you are going to have a glimpse of someone who is going to walk into your life, but also your mind is going to be like connected to other things around you, very busy indeed, and you will be thinking about some kind of big stage, and that person is going to be the part of the scenario. So I'm not surprised, because your energy is already going to start inviting this person, rather Vavumish person, into your life. Okay, so watch this space, Libra. Go out as much as you can. Be as as open-minded as you can. Be as adventurous as you can. Okay, powerful time indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione. Scorpione, my gorgeous Scorpione, you need to make sure that you're very gentle to yourself this week, okay? And I just decide to do this on such a week, where lots of people are having lots of celebration, lots of people are celebrating and things like that. I know it's the last time when you say to someone, oh no, be careful what you eat, be careful what you drink. I'm sorry, Scorpione, it's important to just try to make sure that you don't overdo things. I'm not saying that you're overdoing on things, but just try to make sure that you're taking it easy, everything in moderation. Like, it's not only about alcohol, it's not only about like like God forbid, but it's not only about like alcohol, it's not only about cigarettes. When I say drugs, I mean about cigarettes, but when I said it's not about alcohol, it's not only about like cigarettes, it's not only about like things like that, but it's about overdoing things, and it's about losing the balance. Maybe too much cake, maybe too much chocolate, maybe not enough water. There is an issue with water that you are having, that you will have this week. So it's very important to make superbly strong connection with water, because it's just going to rejuvenate you. It's going to have a sacred feeling and sacred impact on you. Same with the lighting a candle and just trying to get rid of the certain negativity and stress. You will be able to get a fantastic impact from this by rejuvenating yourself. Same like with the water. Drinking water is just going to be your thing this week, because I know it sounds weird, but drinking water is just going to raise your power to very, very important levels. Same by spending the time by the water, next to the water, touching the ground next to the water. This is going to make you very powerful in many different ways, and there in your mind where the balance was missing, this shall return the balance. And what is this going to do? It's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to re-energize you. When we're talking to you about water, listen, it's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to re-energize you, but it's also going to boost your mind. It's going to boost your spirituality. I know it sounds weird, but at the same time, this is going to reflect on your balance and your radiance in such a way when the whole harmonious energy is going to come through, and this is going to be your power. You will be getting ideas. You will be getting all sorts of dimensions unearthed to you, okay? All sorts of ideas are going to start traveling towards you that you wouldn't normally have. So this is so important, because at the same time, this is going to boost your energy, the energy of your mind where it was sleeping quite a lot. That's why I said it's so important to also try to avoid like any kind of like maybe too much alcohol and too much smoking and things like that, because that is actually helping us, it's not the right word, but that is actually preventing us to connect to our higher selves, to connect to our spirituality. It doesn't prevent us completely, but it does kind of block certain pathways, on our way to reach our full potential. So therefore we kind of block ourselves, we block our third psychic eye, and that kind of affects us at some point. But most certainly, my gorgeous Scorpiones, it's going to be brilliant. I don't even know how to say this, but right at the beginning of this week, it's just going to be like, oh my God, you're going to have a little light bulb moment. Like a light bulb moment, to even say this, ping, but it's just so good, because at the same time, this is going to come from somewhere deep. At the same time, this is going to come from somewhere very important and very spiritual. So it is to do with what you used to do in the past, what makes you feel really happy, but you kind of stopped doing because you were kind of like tricked or confused into the certain situation. And that maybe just took you off the path or took you off the certain journey. But this is very important, because you are about to get this balance back through a new direction, new dimension that you're going to have, which is going to release itself to you with the actual very good news that you are going to have at the beginning of this week. The good news that you're going to have at the beginning of this week, it's all about your own success, but it's most certainly going to be an accomplishment to you. This is going to mean really big time, very important, because it's going to lead towards a big change. You will be able to make a change like at home in an immediate environment, but most certainly it's about your own ability, it's about your honor, and what the people around you who mean to you so much are going to be like thinking about you rather highly this week. And that is just going to be the beginning of the peak of the actual great feelings, emotions, and the creativity that you will have. My gorgeous Scorpiones, you're wonderful, absolutely beautiful, and very powerful people in many different ways indeed. The people that you have in your life, you have them in your life for your whole life. I have a friend who is Scorpione for all my life, and that friend, Scorpione friend, also has all the same friends for all their lives. Okay, it's just so important. I'm just saying that you're very deep, you're very emotional, and you're very highly emotionally mature, more than you possibly think, more than you possibly know, more than you possibly realize. Your magnetism is so strong, it's actually unbelievable. You, like Leonis, are very important. Like, you just sit down, you don't need to do anything, you don't need to make anything, you don't need to start anything, you don't need to even talk, but your energy is so strong and it's so powerful that it can actually impact or have an impact on the whole room of like 50 people around you. This is how powerful you are. But when you get it right here, my gorgeous Scorpiones, when you get this balance of energies just right, you are on top of the world. you are going to be on top of the world, but sometimes that can work against you. It depends what stage you're going through in your life and which portals you actually went through. But most certainly the whole new stage is about to start with the good news that you're actually going to have, and that is going to be great when it comes to your own success, material attainment, advantage, your realization. Very important realization that it's about the completion, the very significant stage in your life. It's coming to an important completion, but then you wouldn't be as excited because an unfoldment that this is also going to bring, a little surprise, a little option that is going to come in a form of idea, but it's going to become very bright, it's going to be very strong, and it's going to become a very significant stage of your life when it comes to the new beginning. It's going to raise your power and radiance immediately. You will feel the feeling that you didn't feel in a long time. You will be happy like you didn't like you haven't been happy in a really long time, and that, my gorgeous Scorpionis, is going to be incredible moment in time when it comes to your own healing as well. This healing energy that you will have, it's also going to rejuvenate you and be very important, because you're going to make a decision that will be a little bit heartbreaking as well, but it doesn't really matter because you just managed to reach very high levels of consciousness. So any kind of idea that you have, it will surprise you. Quite few ideas that you will have that are actually going to surprise you this week, but most certainly it's all about a new beginning, and you feeling optimistic and very adventurous when it comes to the whole new promise that is going to give you an opportunity to reflect on your life slightly differently. And that, my gorgeous Scorpionis, it's going to be absolutely everything. You are also going to have an important justice moment, absolutely mind-blowing justice moment as well, and it's just like significant news that you are going to have, significant realization through somebody who you really trust, somebody who is like a very high up in your life, somebody who is very significant. High up in your life. It's somebody who you really trust and somebody who you think of in a really good way and really high up way in your life. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's going to be connected to the news that you will have. They will tell you something, and this is going to be news to you, but most certainly it's going to be very important. It's going to be kind of crucial, and it's also going to be the beginning of a challenging stage in your life, but it's all about being active, and it's all about following a new plan, a wish, and determination that is at the same time going to take place. And as more as you feel connected to this, the bigger transition and bigger regeneration and rebirth and readjustment you will actually go through, which is going to lead you to an absolutely determination that it's about to change your life. Indeed. Oh my God. It's going to be like an important investment. They will be able to not investment. It doesn't have to be investment in general. Like, oh, let me just invest. No, baby, no. It is just about you realizing, oh my God, as more as I put in here, the more I'm going to get. As more as I put in here, the more I'm going to get. That investment, that type of investment I'm talking about. Investment of your life, investment of your time, investment of your energy, investment of what you're doing. It's just going to be great here, because it is just going to be a very important time. At the same time, you will just know which way to go. The uncertainty that you have will most certainly still going to be like a little bit contemplation towards the end of the week, and the powerless situation that you had for the last 8 months, it's finally the decision, very important decision you will be able to make. And that decision, it's only coming through all these things that I already said that actually happened through this week, because of the new unfoldment, new active time in your life, which is bringing the whole new harmony, reason for celebration, because the conclusion to the problem is coming to an end, and that is becoming not only highly important time of completion, but also like a new beginning that is just going to change your life. Important time of awakening, my gorgeous Scorpionis. There is a challenge that you will have, but you're going to do so great. Trust yourself, follow your bliss, follow your journey. Okay, it's important to say to you as well that you are the best version of yourself, so therefore follow your bliss. Important. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpionis, now when it comes to your actual health, I mean, this is, oh gosh, you know, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Scorpionis, it's like so important to actually, to do what I said at the beginning, but also just make sure that you are actually basically taking B vitamins. B vitamins are going to be quite important for the nervous system and for your digestion at the same time. Your digestion is going to be just a little bit sensitive, okay? So it's a B vitamins for the nervous system because it's going to be just a little bit of stress, It's a natural form of B vitamins, and at the same time, this is going to be great for your digestion, but also at the same time, I would need you to take something like a slightly stronger vitamin C, like Camu, C-A-M-U. You will need a little bit stronger form of vitamin C, which is organic acerola cherry powder. It's like a cherry, slightly less in vitamin C, and Camu is even stronger, but Camu has got like a slightly stronger taste, like it tastes like a nutmeg, a little bit like a nutmeg. So if you ask me, I prefer organic acerola cherry powder, but for a reason I advise you to get like Camu, which is also a natural form of vitamin C, but it's much stronger and it's going to boost your vitamin C levels. It's something you will benefit from. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you that are actually in relationship, I mean, oh my lord, it's like very important improvement is going to take place. That improvement, it's going to lead towards an important development. And it's so much to do with a negative stage in your life, with a negative like a dimension in your life that reflected on both of you by preventing you to develop yourself in the way you would want to develop yourself. So this is an important stage that is actually going to happen here for both of you. It's all about the outcome of the past efforts that is actually going to lead towards your both rebirth this week. Important. For those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, it's just so significant moment in time when you will find your energy to kind of like deal with people. I'm not saying that you didn't have energy to deal with people, but I'm just saying that actually it's been very stressful for Scorpionis and a lot was happening and that was affecting you in a way. It just makes the picture slightly wrong. So you lose a little bit of balance. So maybe lots of Scorpionis didn't go out as much as you needed to. Maybe you didn't meet as many people as you needed to, as you could. You know, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is that this creativity is about to return. Follow it. It's very important to really make yourself known out there. Be adventurous and be optimistic. It is very significant to say that you just need to stay confident and just be very open-minded when it comes to like going out, meeting people, and also the whole new confidence is about to come through and it's going to surprise you. This is going to be crucial, this confidence, okay? This week you will see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Scorpionis, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini. Now, Sagittarinis, I mean, come on, you just don't care. No, Sagittarinis, you're amazing. You're very sharp, you're very clever, you're very powerful. Like I said this before, lots of signs look up to the signs like this. You are one of the signs similar to Cancerini. You see, you make a certain point and you just go for it. You just don't care. You know, things could be just falling down. Not you don't care, but you're so powerful that you don't let you don't let things that are happening around you to affect your way of thinking, to affect your way of work. Some other signs are maybe sensitive, more sensitive, but you just keep going and keep going and keep going. I really like this. Do you know why? I like it because this week it's going to be the week that is about to absolutely be mind-blowing moment in time for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. And you know, it is going to be everything that was happening in the last 6 months in particular. It is just going to take a center stage here, okay? And uncertainty that you might have had in the last 6 months, you know, and all the stress that you could have had in the last 6 months. And it's also very important to say that it's a very significant stage when it comes to the certain uncertainty and feeling very powerless and feeling uncertain about what you're gonna do, because changes took place at the same time, which just kind of became very highly vibrational in your life, above your life, and it's just very difficult not to notice, because it's floating around you, but it's coming closer and closer, and it's reaching very significant stage where you will know that it's time to move on. Time to move on, it's going to happen here, but not just any time. This is very important, and it's also coming from the powerless situation, okay? And it's going to be the moment of the liberation and the moment of awakening. That is at the same time going to raise your power, and it's also going to make you realize something, confirmation. That confirmation, it's at the same time going to become an idea, and it's going to bring the whole new promise into your life. In the stage, with the stage where you just thought like, no, this just came to an end, this is nothing, like, no, I just don't want to do this. So this is going to change everything, because it's going to help you to look at your situation from a whole different angle, but it's also going to be an interesting success, that it's going to kind of bring a balance, and that balance is going to bring the energy to actually kind of dig a little bit deeper and try to see where else you can go from this moment onwards. Most certainly at around the same time, there is an advice that you are going to have. Advice that is going to come from the right person, which is going to give you an idea, but it's also going to inspire you. It's absolutely mind-blowing, because it's going to help you, like with those parts of your life that you were very unsatisfied and you actually started to struggle a little bit. This is going to bring your control over situation as in form of a new plan. It's all about the good news that you're going to gain an advancement. Sagittarii, do not miss an advancement. It's all about this advanced stage. It's all about this advanced level. But it's just sometimes we in life, there is so much going on, and emotionally maybe something very important is going on, and we just miss certain opportunities. So you must not miss this opportunity, because it's going to seem like a really tiny, and it's also going to be connected to the certain learning experience. This is like a butterfly moment that you're going to have. Butterfly moment that is going to change everything, because it's also at the same time going to be the part of transformation that is about to start, but it's all through an extra gain, financial gain, that is going to help you to realize that this went over your expectations, okay? Went over your expectations, and it's about desires being realized, but most certainly it's like an option, like you're gonna kind of realize that you came much further than what you actually thought, and that in itself is going to make you feel absolutely brilliant, because you're also going to recognize the certain ability about yourself. That particular certain ability is going to be so important indeed. On another hand, it's all about your advancement, financial security and power, and it's also very important moment in time when it comes to the certain promotion. Just show yourself this week, okay? Make yourself a kind of part of all sorts of situations this week, okay? Be very open-minded and be very adventurous, especially when it comes to starting new things, talking to people you find annoying, if you need to sort out certain problems. But most certainly, like what you want to know, what you want to learn, don't you hold yourself back, just go for it. Go for it. This is going to be an important moment in time, because also at the same time, it's about prosperity, well-being, and luxury and extreme comfort that is just going to become the part of the picture. You will want to reward someone who helped you, you see, like somebody very important in your life. It's going to get like a little bit of your reward, you see. I know that you're going to reward someone who really helped you along the way. It's very important to take care of people in our lives. It's very important to take care of people who we really love and who loves us, It's just so important. It's beautiful. Not because we want something karmically to come out of it. It's just beautiful to live your life like this. And this is what you're going to do. On another hand, you know, it's all about the swift activity and sudden progress and movement, you know. Sudden progress and movement, it's going to surprise you. On one hand, you know, you're going to need to make a really quick decision, but this is going to be brilliant because at the same time, almost immediately, the certain message is going to confirm something to you. And that, my babies, it's going to become an active and very determined moment in time, because it's all about the patience and it's all about the justice and it's all about creation, the beginning of something very important, coming through a control over a situation, your own power, your own strength, your own self-esteem and your own confidence. Absolutely fantastic. I like it because it's about inspiration and potential, which is going to lead you towards, like, oh God, a little bit of competition. You know, there is going to be a little competition. It doesn't absolutely matter. You're going to do so great. And also, if you want to be part of the competition, if you need to be like some kind of part, if you need to be the part of the competition where other people are getting like a marked down or something like at around the same time with you, it's just so important to say that if you go this week, if you do it this week, this is going to be brilliant, because it's so much to do with you, your own destiny, your own fortune, your own fate, but also about the actual outcome that is going to surprise you, but most certainly it's going to take you on an advanced level, because this is karmically a strong time when it comes to the answer of your own rewards, you know, when it comes to your own rewards indeed. Okay, so now when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Sagittarians, oh my Lord, I can see a lot of stress this week, but it's a good stress. Stress is nothing too bad. Stress is like almost necessary sometimes, you know, like in order to actually achieve things in life. When we go through things in life, stress is a normal emotion. Like a majority of people are actually doing really good. Almost every person is actually doing much better on stress, through stress, without even realizing. Stress is just like a very important energy indeed, but we do have to feed it sometimes. So I would highly suggest you to go for like a natural form of B vitamins. Very important to go for the natural form of B vitamins. Very significant indeed, but it's also going to be sensitive skin that you're going to have. When you have a sensitive skin, you just have to make sure that you wash yourself with a natural shower gel, organic natural soap. If you put a cream after, make sure that it's natural organic cream without any chemicals, and also make sure that you're using natural deodorant, aluminium free deodorant. Make sure that you're using natural aluminium-free deodorant. It's very important because it's going to give you the ability for your skin to actually breathe. You do not block your pores. It's absolutely crazy what they do, you see. And also organic flaxseed oil. It's quite good when it comes to your dry skin, hair and nails. Organic flaxseed oil, it's important because it's a natural form of omega-3 essential fatty acids, which has got the ability to boost your immune system, to improve your circulation, but it also makes your skin so beautiful after like about a month of taking. It's amazing. Try it. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you who are actually in relationship, ooh la la, just remember there's a very important force coming through, but it's the last little stage that you need to go through of a test as a couple. So you just need to kind of like be very honest, and also make sure you remember that the tact is necessary to maintain pace. Yeah, tact is necessary to maintain pace. So it's going to be like a little bit stressful week, and you will both be challenged with each other a little bit, like bah! Maybe a little bit screamy. No, you may both be challenged a little bit with each other, but it's going to be fine. It is just because it's important to just kind of like step away from the situation, because only this week may be like a little bit stressful, because a lot is going to be happening. On another hand, for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, most certainly this is not a week for lovey. I'm sorry, but no stranger in the night for you this time, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because it's like it is just maybe something is going to come to an end first. So you need to see what is actually going to come to an end. Maybe certain person who you were like subconsciously wondering and hoping to be a partner, or maybe somebody who you just kiss once, you know, maybe somebody who you never kissed, whatever, something is going to come to an end, and that needs to come to an end first. But it's not even a real person, it's not even a real lover, a real boyfriend or girlfriend. It's like something needs to come to an end. But this is a lot to do, and with your own state of mind. Okay, so just a second, I will be back before I go to Capricornius. Just a second, solo uno secondo, just a second. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Bum ba da bum 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 ba ba da ba ba bum ba da ba 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 da ba da da. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. My gorgeous Capricornius, you say, it's like, my God, what an interesting week. A little bit confusing to start with, but very interesting and very important for many different ways. I find it so fascinating what a powerful signs you are. You're very sharp, you're very clever, and you're very powerful. But very often you come out on the top when the least, when people don't expect it. You're so clever, you're so smart, you do things in your own way, you stick to your own guns, in your own way, you stick to your own opportunities in your own way, you follow your own bliss in your own way. I say in your own way because you're very clever, you're very smart, you're very sharp, because you don't kind of let the energy out by maybe talking too much about it, or let the energy out to the wrong side, to the wrong hands. Maybe you don't you're not open as much about things that you do at the time when you do them. And this is a very sacred little power that you actually have, because it helps you to contain your own energy within you, and that in itself is the part of your power. Because I said you are born at a very interesting time, at the darkest time of the year, but at the same time, this darkest time of the year, I told you before, it's your sacred, very sacred and powerful energy. As lower you feel, as the negative you feel, as more bizarre you feel, you can feel very deep. You can go as deep as you can, just like Scorpione, my lord. You can go so deep, you can travel as far as you can through all sorts of dimensions. Okay, and that can take lots of negativity. That can take lots of energy from you, and it can make you feel a little bit negative and confuse you, because you really do go far apart. But this is a very sacred time, because at the same time when you're at the peak your activity, at the same time when you kind of rejuvenate yourself and you redirect this energy towards your own possibilities and abilities, then this is how powerful you are, because you're able to project that energy so strongly and so sharply, and it's absolutely wonderful, and it is most certainly making you very unique, and it's almost impossible not to notice you, or not to notice that particular energy that you actually have. It's so important for me to say that, it is just you have been very responsible when you needed to be responsible, and something was going on, my gorgeous Capricornius, that took place 7 months ago. Something that took place 7 months ago was something that disappointed you, but then again you couldn't just move away from the situation, you just had to like kind of go with the flow. Okay, it's perhaps to do with the realization, and that realization also became like an idea, but that idea became so much more than what it actually is. It became so much more powerful, so much more significant, so much wiser, and it's also just part of a ridiculously important picture that you're actually going to have at the same time. Focus that it's going to become a promise, and promise is going to become an invocation. The bottom line is that moment in time 7 months ago, you were a little bit disappointed with a certain stage and a certain progress of your life, and you already made a decision. That decision was more sacred that you could possibly imagine, because at the same time you knew that you had to be patient, and that patience is now bringing you this harmonious week. This harmonious week is going to change everything, because you are again crossing from one dimension to another. You made that decision in your mind 7 months ago, whether you know what this is or not, but at the same time this is going to help you with the conclusion of an annoying issue and problem that was preventing you to be yourself, because you found yourself being part of the situation that no longer serves you anymore. You don't like this anymore. And this is an important moment, my gorgeous Capricornians, because you're going to make you're going to have this realization again. It's to do with this continuation, like a little bit of disappointment, but this is great to have a little disappointment that started like 7 months ago, which is just going to come back as a certain confirmation. Okay, certain confirmation, but at the same time that confirmation for you to like kind of like the discontinuous of the certain life, the certain stage is so important, because at the same time it's going to become and bring the whole new option and realization that you wouldn't normally have. It's mind-blowing, because it's just such an important time of the actual destiny, fortune and fate, and the outcome that you're going to have, that is going to be mind-blowing, because it's going to connect you with an important stage in your life when you're just going to kind of like realize that it's all about your own transformation. Very important moment in time where you will be going through your own transformation, and this is going to bring you an important balance, and the balance that you are going to have, it's at the same time going to become the greatest moment of your own awakening, because of the idea that you are going to have, new option that you're going to have, which is going to become a new opportunity as well. But as more as you think about it, the more vibrant you're going to feel. As more as you think about it, you will know that this is you. As more as you think about it, you will know that this is your path. It is going to confuse you a little bit and make you like, oh my God, I'm not too sure, but you just have to do this because it's so important. This is going to reflect on your finances in the best possible way, but it's going to make you feel also like uncertain and uneven. When it comes to like, oh my God, you're going to think like, what about the security and power? This is so important to get the balance right and to try to say that the power of your mind, it's going to be very enhanced. It's going to be very leveled up when it comes to the perfect spirituality, okay? And success and balance. This is all going to be absolutely mind-blowing because you're going through the greatest awakening. It is just basically rejoin with yourself, okay? The return of your own old self. The return of your old self where you were really excited, really happy. I'm not saying that you are miserable, that you're not excited, that you're not happy, but I'm saying that these feelings and emotions are going to take over, and this pure energy, pure creativity, it's actually going to be your own answer as a confirmation that this is something that you really need to go for. Just remember, it's going to be about a new option, new idea that is going to take place, and this is something that is going to require from you to maybe kind of like enhance your energy by learning about a certain stage, a certain opportunity, or certain part of your life that is going to become available to you. But you must not bring yourself down. It's very important to rise above the situation without bringing yourself down by thinking that you can't do something or you can't make necessary changes because you're not ready. Most certainly you are going to be ready, and this is so good because it's all about the departure journey and advanced into the unknown, but also it's going to have a certain alteration from you. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's most certainly going to lead towards prosperity and security and safety that you wouldn't normally have. I can't express how important this is going to be, because at the same time you're going to receive a good news as well. At the same time, the good news that you're going to receive, it's going to make you realize that financially there is a gain, and it's also again, it's going to be slightly higher level than what you expected, and this is something that you must not ignore. This is also going to be the good news, good realization that it's going to confirm to you at exactly the right time that it's actually time to move on with your life. You don't need to like, oh my God, time to move on, time to move on. No, baby. This is a very important start of the thinking process that you are going to have. What you focus on, what you think about, what is the very first thing on your mind in the morning. If you find this confusing, Capricornius, I doubt you do, because you're very deep and you're very powerful. You just need to ask yourself throughout this week, before you go to sleep, just ask the spirit guides, ask the angels, ask the universe before you go to sleep. Ask simple question. Ask what you want to know, okay? And in the morning you will get, or you shall get, an answer. It may not be that morning, but it could be the second morning. It could be third morning. It could be fourth morning. It could be fifth morning, seventh morning. It doesn't matter. The answer could also be like, you ask something like, oh, which opportunity I should go for? What should I do? And then the answer could be like the 2 days later, like, decorate your home. And now that comes out of the blue. This, my baby, is the key to your secret. You go and start decorating your home. This is where the secret is. This is where the secret lies. This is where the realization is going to be. This is where the new golden message for you is going to be waiting for. And it's just about starting that particular process with that beautiful, sharp energy that is coming through the whole sort, all different dimensions, through your own spirit guides, your own guardian angels, which is going to put you in the right way by being part of this particular vibration, by being part of this particular energy. This is it. This is all about not focusing on a certain stage or a certain part of your life too sharply, too intensely, because what we do, we just block things from happening. We must not let the energy to become not depressed. Desperate. I'm not saying that you are desperate. But very often we all do this. When we want something too much, the energy just becomes so intense. The energy becomes so desperate, and then it goes slightly different way and then blocks things from happening. So this is what you want to prevent. And in order to go with this flow, this is sacred. This is absolutely sacred power that you will have throughout this week. So whatever is on your mind the first thing in the morning, just go for it, my gorgeous Capricornians. Do as much as you can. Like, for example, if it's saying like, go and wash your car, and it's suddenly on your mind the first thing in the morning, go and wash your car. This is the energy you need to do by tapping into it. You see, it says like, for example, go to the shop you haven't been like in 10 years. And then you go to the shop you haven't been in 10 years because you're getting these energies from like completely different dimensions, from your spirit guides. I told you what's on your mind the very first thing in the morning, it comes from somewhere else. By following that path, by following that energy, this is where things are going to happen to you, but it's also going to redirect you, because you will become the part of the journey, the part of the energy, the part of the vibration, the part of the dimension that you wouldn't normally be. This is very important at the peak of your radiance, because it's going to raise your power and creativity, and it's going to bring you new promise, and most certainly it's going to provide you an option, an idea, an opportunity that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and it's going to literally change your life. Oh my God. Remember, it is all about your own transformation, my gorgeous Capricornius. It is all about your own transformation, but it's also about you starting to feel yourself. You're very powerful. As I said, you're very, very powerful. Just remember that the energy you project, it's almost impossible to actually not to notice, or it's almost impossible to actually avoid. And this is why you just need to remember that you need to actually use this to the best of your abilities indeed. It's so important, and also the certain journey, it's going to be rather significant, you say. also very important to say that a certain journey is going to be rather significant, and it doesn't matter when you go, trip or journey, you know, whether you go like this week or whether you go like in a few weeks time, few months time, it doesn't really matter. It's an important idea that you will have as well, whether you go there while you're going there, while you're on the trip or journey, while you're on your way back. Whenever you make a trip or journey, as long as you book on this particular week, that energy is still going to be attached to this particular week, which is going to beautifully illuminate your situation, your energy. But most importantly is the idea and confirmation that is just going to be very, very important to you, because it's going to lead towards that celebration, how strong and how powerful and how significant it's going to feel when it comes to you really confirming something so important about your life. I just have to say to you, you know, you will come across the bizarre situation. You will be tested a little bit. Listen to me, Capricornians. Listen, trust yourself. I don't know how to explain this. You're so powerful. You're so strong within and inside. There is no other, like I said this before, there is no other person like yourself. So you have to trust yourself. I say this because you will come across the challenging situation, and this is to do with your journey. This is to do with just a little bit of confusion and you wanting to kind of dig deeper into your own journey, you know, by kind of like trying to focus on other directions in your life, and you will be kind of a little bit challenging. It's a challenging situation that you're gonna have. Just remember that you will make an important decision, you know, and this decision is going to help you to kind of release yourself from all sorts of things that have been holding you down and preventing you to be yourself. So it's important to trust yourself, and your trust is also at the same time going to illuminate you like, oh my God, you're going to be like the sun, and that illumination is going to illuminate so much around you, and it's going to provide you an absolutely mind-blowing hermit moment when you will be able to connect to so much around you and understand your own situation like no one else did, like no one else will. This is purely through your own illumination and happiness that you will feel creativity, and this is going to lead towards your own success and most certainly turning point, because it's all about the overwhelming emotion that you are going to have, the certain weakness that you thought about yourself. It's going to prevent you to actually move on with your life. It's about to change and about to turn around and work in your favor, and it's most certainly going to bring you success, an important negotiation, and a wonderful turning point indeed. Okay, you just have to trust yourself, Capricornians. You just have to trust yourself. Now when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's rather important. Please try to have like organic wheatgrass throughout this week. Very important for you to have for your own rejuvenation. Organic wheatgrass from New Zealand. Her point there, it's like news from New Zealand, it's like here, yeah. From New Zealand. No, but it's organic wheatgrass from New Zealand. It's my favorite at the moment. So basically it's very important to try to take this every single morning. It's going to rejuvenate you, it's going to flush out the toxins, it's going to help you to get rid of the bad toxins, you know, and also it's going to be so good for your digestion, you know, because your digestion is going to be a little bit sensitive. So at the same time you're doing few things at this you know, you're like helping yourself in few different ways on a few different levels. And also it's magnesium. It's something, magnesium and vitamin B. B vitamins and magnesium would be wonderful for you actually when it comes to the nervous system and digestion at the same time, because it's going to protect your nervous system, and also like a B vitamins are wonderful for the actual digestive system. It's something that I think that you're really going to benefit from. And if you could avoid coffee as much as you can and have maybe like one coffee, you know, and have maybe like an organic chamomile tea instead, that would be fantastic. But you're also going to find it rather soothing. If you are on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you in relationship, oh, I like this, such a wonderful moment, like a beautiful moment of devotion, like mwah, mwah, mwah. something really beautiful is going to happen, like beautiful rejuvenation of your love, rejuvenation of your feelings, rejuvenation of your, very important moments you will have this week, and I like it. Something very beautiful is going to happen, but it's to do with devotion. So it's a very important moment. And for those of you Capricornians who are single and ready to mingy, oh my God, someone really interesting, it's about to walk into your life. And I like it, because it's at the same time, this person is going to be the right person, who's going to inspire you. Instantly, they're going to make you feel good. Instantly, you will feel brilliant. And instantly, they will bring the whole new initiative, but really great, because they will inspire you where you needed to be inspired. Oh, Capricornius. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Aquamarinis. My gorgeous Aquamarinis, what is going on here? What is going on here? You see, do you know what? That was me thinking quickly. That was me thinking quickly, gathering my thoughts. It is to do with like a bit of a confusing feeling to start with, a bit of confusion and uncertainty. And this is because you are very emotional, you're very powerful, and I've just managed to say like about almost every sign a little bit, its speciality. But when it comes to you, I said this millions of times that you're very empath. You're born empath, like Libra is born like psychic, like Libra is psychic. So you're born like and very much so an empath, and that in itself, it's very powerful. It gives you lots of advantage. It helps you to explain yourself to people. It helps you to it helps you to explain to people those parts of their lives that they don't understand through your own like empath feeling, and it can work in your favor, and it's absolutely brilliant in so many different ways. Sometimes it can surprise you, sometimes it can scare you a little bit, especially your very much so strong connection with being able to go into the house. I know I said this before, but it's going into the house and just say like, oh God, there's something happened there, something happened there, there's a negative energy over there, there's a negative feeling over there. It is very, very interesting, and it's very powerful, and absolutely love that about you. It's very, very significant. But why am I saying this? Is these feelings and energies are very sacred, because they allow your mind to expand itself throughout the universe as far as you could possibly go. My Lord, you're able to gather and to become the parts of all sorts of dimensions that other signs have to work so much harder in order to get there. So what is this? Now, when something goes wrong, when something goes negative, when you get affected by something, especially when it makes you emotional, that can just make you like, oh my God, like very like bombastic. Like, I don't know if that's the word, bombastic, but it makes you like very like as ecstatic you are when you're ecstatic. When you're down, you can be just as down. So for example, this empath energy, power, very beautiful gift that you have, indeed, very wise gift, can also like, if something goes like wrong, or if something like makes you feel unhappy, or especially if someone is missing in your life, and you can feel this, you can sense this, but sometimes this feeling can confuse you, and in a sense of like where you can blame yourself that a certain person or certain people are not in your life around you because it was your fault, or it's because that you've done something wrong. But especially in the last 9 months, this was like very much so, oh my God, like a very relevant situation. So your empath feeling that you are going to have, it's going to confuse you. That's the bottom line. Sorry, but that's the bottom line. This empathic feeling, it's going to confuse you at the beginning of this week, and it's going to create the situation. Wait a minute, it's going to be really good at the end. But you've got a yin-yang week indeed. So this feeling, it's going to create like an energy of you feeling sad when it comes to the certain absence, when it comes to the certain like sorrow, when it comes to the certain like separation. Not that you will have a separation, but something happened, that affected you, and this is going to come back, this particular feeling, just to require from you to dig in that a little bit deeper. It's actually really really good, because as I said, we are entering an absolutely ridiculously powerful year, 2020. There is so much that's going to be happening this year. It's absolutely crazy. But when it comes to you, this is going to be a quite important year when it comes to the completion and an unfoldment of an uncertainty in your life, when it comes to that particular decision that you made, that you were kind of blaming yourself for some kind of like a maybe things that you've done, but it was nothing to do with you. So it's all for you to realize, and it's going to be really important that you did the best thing. The actual sad feeling that you will have, negative feeling that you will have at the beginning of this week, it's only going to last for the first 2 days, anyway. So it doesn't really matter. This is very important because we are closing in. We are closing in on that stage. We are closing in on that energy. So therefore, you do not blame yourself for absolutely anything. This is really important. You're remarkably beautiful. You're very significant. And you're most certainly the least selfish person that I actually know when it comes to you, when it comes to people in your life, when it comes to people around you. Because very often you think about other people more than you think about anyone, more than you think about yourself, without you even realizing. And this shows your true beauty. This shows who you aquamarinis are as people. You're pure and I love you. You're stroppy sometimes, but I love that about you, like Taurinis, a little bit of stroppy, but I like that again, because it's like Virgolinis, also a little bit stroppy sometimes, it's quite nice and funny and interesting, and it's also showing who you are. And most certainly you're reaching a very important stage and the peak of your radiance, because after these 2 days you will have the opportunity to actually come to terms with something, and you will realize, even most importantly, that this is going to raise your vibration, raise your balance almost immediately, and it's going to reveal the truth, an important truth. That truth will set you free. That truth is at the same time going to come from the wisest time of your life, from the wisest moment, my gorgeous aquamarinis, because it's going to confirm something to you. And if without this truth, you wouldn't realize your own accomplishment, you wouldn't realize your own success, so you would just be stuck at the vortex of energy that is holding you down, but it's preventing you to move on, and it's preventing you to connect to your future. And once that happens, you are kind of tampering with your own kind of vision. So the actual pathway, spiritual pathway in between you and in between your future, is blocked. So therefore, it's very difficult to look forward to things because you're still stuck in the vortex where you shouldn't have been. So aquamarinis, my bottom line is, you are going to release yourself from these chains, release yourself from this energy, release yourself from this negativity, from this vortex of energy that was like kind of painting the wrong picture. And it's not only that, but karmically you did amazing way, and now this is the time of the unfoldment, the time of the powerless situation which is coming to an end, and it's becoming the greatest moment of liberation, which is going to lead towards you changing your life, thinking about yourself, making your life more flexible around the things that you like. And the confusion is coming to an end. The confusion that was in your life was very much so like making things like a rather foggish in the last 24 months, months. This is very complex and it's very deep. It's a very complex situation, and this is just part of it. So now you're getting you're about to embrace this in such a beautiful and completely different way, where the certain dream and wish that you will have, that is going to become available, you wouldn't even realize if you didn't come to terms with this particular situation. This is all about your destiny. This is all about your fortune, and this is all about the outcome that is going to be completely mind-blowing, because it's just going to help you to see things from a completely different angle. But this is the bottom line, is that this is going to lead towards the success that you wouldn't normally have. And what is actually going to happen, you're going to make a very important and significant decision, and that decision that you're going to make, it's not going to start then and there, but it's going to be an additional part of your life that you will want to work on, an additional part of your life that you will want to fix. Okay, it's to do with doing something, it's to do with like kind of your immediate environment, it's to do with your life, and it's to do with a certain realization, and it's to do with a certain like it's to do with a certain realization when it comes to your emotions and when it comes to your life. I said this before, this is purely on you to realize, but this is going to come through the sharp focus that you're going to have. So there is going to be very important decision you're going to make when it comes to your life, when it comes to your love life, when it comes to like some kind of person who is around you, who you want to be around you. There is something going to take place, and it's all going to come through a very high and very deep and very powerful level of wiseness, which you're going to have, which is coming from the highest level of consciousness, which is going to surprise you in so many different ways. It's going to surprise you, but most certainly it will make you to work on your love life. It will make you to work on your like emotional life. It is just going to require from you to make a necessary efforts. Okay, make a necessary adjustments in order to get where you want to get. But this is so good, I can't even explain, but most certainly a very wise decision you're going to make. Do you know what? And also a couple of stages, my gorgeous aquamarinis, gosh, my God, it's important. Couple of stages, an important decision, another decision you will make through this power. Okay, nothing to do with emotions, nothing to do with love life or anything like that, but another decision that you're going to make, it's actually going to my God, 12-1-2, already in February 2020. So an option that is going to come through your own success, through your own illumination. It's going to become like an idea, and that idea that you will have, it's going to take its place. It's going to take its turn, or it's going to have its turn in February 2020. So it's not even that long until February. So first of all, you will be thinking about a certain idea, a certain option that is connected to what you are doing now. It's so important to expand your mind, to expand your abilities, to expand your possibilities, because everything is going to lead towards the greatest success. Just remember to be you. Just remember to be yourself. Just remember to not hold yourself down. It doesn't matter if we are stroppy. It doesn't matter if we are crying. It doesn't matter if we do whatever we do. We are meant to be here. We are meant to be ourselves, because only by being ourselves we're going to reach the peak of our power. And this is exactly what is going to happen to you through your own peak of your own power, illumination. You're about to make a decision that is going to be mind-blowing and it's going to change your life. It's not going to happen straight away then and there. Oh my God, I made a decision, yay! No, you will make that decision. This is karmically crazy, because February 2020 is just going to be the time when this is going to start taking place, and it's going to be great because it's going to be time of unfoldment. It's going to help you with so much, with those stages and times in your life when you felt lonely, when you felt sad, when you felt uncertain, and it's also going to give you a reason for celebration, because the certain problem is going to come to an end through this as well. There is so much that is going to be sorted with this, through this, by you doing what you want to do, what you would like to do, but it's all about this sacred level of unfoldment that you will be going through. Very good, very good, very good, Aquamarinis. And if you felt like you've lost yourself because a lot was happening to you in the last 24 months that you were kind of going through, that you confused yourself and it made you feel a little bit uncertain, okay? And this is nothing unusual. This is nothing weird. This is nothing bizarre. It was all leading to this particular moment. You have to trust yourself indeed. Your intuition is going to be mental, like mental in a good way indeed. This is going to be so good because it's all about the hidden emotion. What you wanted to do for such a long time. It's a lot to do with your own practicality, but it's also to do with those times in your life when you felt so restrained, but way too frequently for my likings. And also, do you know what? Power, power, power through your own accomplishment. The confidence is going to be at its peak. It's so good because at the same time that somebody was influencing you, a male powerful figure in your life was influencing you. That particular person is going to play an important role. male figure in your life, powerful male figure that was influencing you in whichever way you take, in whichever way you think, in whichever way is possible. It's also at the same time going to play an important role when it comes to your own security and power, when it comes to your own stability, because you will get an idea to that certain influence, okay? And influence from that person is just going to be mind-blowing. Just watch this space, my gorgeous aquamarinis. It's going to be mental. Very good indeed. An important apprenticeship moment, which means that you will be watched. No, not like watched, but an important apprenticeship moment, which means that you need to stay. Just remember to stay committed to the task at hand. Stay committed to the task at hand, because something wonderful is going to happen. Whatever is given to you to do, finish it until the end. Whatever is given to you to do, be as persistent as you can, because something is going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you, and it's going to happen in such a sense where you're going to realize through this feeling and emotion, you're going to get control over a situation that you wouldn't normally have. But that in itself is going to help you realize that you've got more resources than you need. You've got more than you need in order to make a very important decision. But that is going to require certain unnecessary changes from you as well. But as I said, like promotion, apprenticeship and things like that, an important week indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous aquamarinis, just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to do great. You're going to be amazing. Very successful moment in time indeed. But what else I was going to say is just like do you know what, because I've just started to like just relax a little bit when I do these readings, because it's like my back is just like I'm so like all serious, all prime and proper, you know, and it's like I'm just going to chill out and relax a little bit, so I can just give it like a little mini massage to myself. Mini massage. Yeah, anyway, sorry. So basically, on another hand, what else I was going to say is just inheritance. Some kind of inheritance is going to come through, and I really like it. Thank God. I'm happy for you. And if you haven't got anybody to leave inheritance, or you're going to hear about it, it doesn't have to come necessarily this week, but you may hear about it, so it doesn't matter. On another hand, if you haven't got anybody to leave inheritance, then you're going to become a part of the process where you're going to get the money. So it's going to be nice surprise and extra money. It's always good anyway. On another hand, when it comes to your health, you see it's important to think about work-life balance. This week, try to like kind of reward yourself as much as you can. Try to exercise as much as you can. Whatever you think it's exercise, it's important. Try to reconnect with the nature. Important, my gorgeous aquamarinis, try to reconnect yourself with the nature, because this is what is going to have a really beautiful influence and impact on you at the same time. On another hand, you also need to avoid as much coffee as you can, and also try to have like organic acerola cherry powder. I know I said it millions of times, my darlings, but I will say it again, I don't care. Organic acerola cherry powder, not the actual squash, not the actual juice, but the powder. It's much stronger. The actual organic acerola cherry powder, and it's very strong, and it's much more purer than any juice, you know. It's like they put all sorts of things in the juices nowadays anyway. So you get like organic acerola cherry powder, 1 liter glass of water, you mix up with 1 teaspoon and drink it every morning on an empty stomach. And that if you can take with 3 tablets of organic spirulina from Hawaii. If you don't want to take tablets, these are natural tablets, by the way, natural supplements, and this is going to boost your immune system, and it's going to boost your energy levels as well. If you don't want to take a tablet like in a tablet form, you can take it like organic spirulina, like in a powder form, but it needs to be from Hawaii, I'm afraid, because it's the only one I trust. And you take that with the organic acerola cherry powder the very first thing in the morning, with an additional B vitamins, because it's going to help you to boost it's going to help you with your nervous system, but it's also going to be good for your digestion, which I think that you're going to need, kind of. Okay, important. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now the first for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's like, oh my god, I like this because your partner is going to surprise you with something, and it's going to kind of raise like a va-voom-ish feeling in between each other, you two, but it's going to be a lot about the surprise. You know, I really like this because it's about the surprise that you're going to have, but in the best possible way. You're going to learn something. I've seen this before. For those of you in relationship. It's like basically you're going to be surprised about something very significant about your partner. They will do something, it's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they can do that as well. It's just, but it's good, because on another hand, it is just like a very good sign that your partner is also going to go on a very high level of their own fortune, or it is just going to be this level of security and power that is going to come through, that is going to be absolutely brilliant, and it's going to help you to put your mind to rest as well. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, Aquamarinis, you're going to come to terms with some kind of a realization that you're kind of fancying someone who you wouldn't fancy normally. And this is nothing unusual, because this is a very important stage when we are all changing, the vibration is changing. So it's the best thing is right now to see what we feel connected to, whichever way it is, whether it's work, whether it's career, whether it's finances, whether it's new direction, nutrition, people in our lives. So this is going to bring you someone really wonderful, and it's also going to surprise you that you are kind of feeling attached to that person almost immediately, and you fancy this person and you will like this indeed. But it is someone really, really nice, and it is going to make you think, and that is going to be the beginning of something very, very special. So you're about to meet someone who is going to be really nice, good looking and everything, but it's just not the person who you would normally go for. And this is where the little secret, little realization, little test is going to be for you. Okay, watch this space, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, watch this space. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Piscelinis. My gorgeous Piscelinis, just a second. And all the cards that I dropped, gosh. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, my God. Piscelinis, listen, so significant. You need to be able to understand not to do anything big this week, not to start anything big this week when it comes to like investment, when it comes to like trusting people, when it comes to negotiations. This week it's not going to be the greatest week to do this, because I see a little bastard here. I see like a little bastard here, I see a little terrible, but it's just like a little snake, somebody who is not really good around you, and you will learn this. There are a couple of things that are going to go through that are going to be very important. So no big negotiations, okay? Not buying anything huge or anything massive, not signing anything big this week. Just this week, it's not going to be the great week for that. But this is brilliant, because I will tell you other good things that are going to happen. But this week, most certainly, you need to kind of like reap the benefits from the fact that you're actually going to, for once, protect yourself from somebody who's like a very much so not a really nice person, somebody who's using people. But on another hand, you are actually also going to kind of have a very important message there, because at the same time, this is going to make you think about a certain situation, and that situation is going to remind you about like new stage. You're gonna start kind of like start feeling very much so drawn to the new stage, but it's not for the first time that you're thinking about something very important. It's going to take place, that it's going to be connected to this vibration, that is immediately going to make you to have a sharp reaction, when it comes to you making an important decision in your mind. It's all about here. It's not about like, oh yeah, let's do it now, oh it's going to happen now, right now in December. No baby, no. But it's about the very important time and the moment of unfoldment that we are having right now, that it's highly vibrational, and it's at the same time it's going to bring a challenging situation, so we have to follow this path. But also at the same time, most certainly it's going to provide us with an opportunity that is going to grow. This opportunity, it's about you, it's about what you want to do, it's about what you always wanted to do, but it's like also it's a lot to do with the self-esteem, with the confidence, and with the uncertainty that you wouldn't normally have. We are able to do anything we want to do. We are able to achieve anything we want to achieve, but we must not block ourselves from happening. We must not block ourselves from thinking. We must stay optimistic, and especially from strong signs like yourself, my gorgeous Piscelinis, you're also able to reach such a deep level of consciousness and subconsciousness at the same time, which on another hand rewards you with a very highly illuminated levels of your own self-esteem, of your own power of your own consciousness, which is on another hand, it's just basically your own wise moment, your own time, the whole week. It's going to be an absolutely ridiculously important when it comes to you coming to terms with a new direction in your life. It is not about starting then and there, but most certainly this is going to raise like a very sharp situation, which is going to require from you to kind of make some decision. But that decision, it's not even gonna take a place straight away, but most certainly it is going to be connected to the swift activity, and few months later you're just going to be flying on the wings of love. You're going to be flying with the wings of an angel. It's your beautiful butterfly moment that is going to start then and there. So I can't explain how important it is to actually protect yourself from this person that is horrible, that is going to be somebody like a user and an ungenerous person that is going to be around you. And that's why I said it's important to avoid any like negotiations, any big things or any signings or anything like that. If you can, it will be absolutely wonderful. And that in itself, as I said, it's going to bring you without you realizing or not, this is going to be the time of transition and change and reversal at the same time, because subconsciously you're already going to start the process. It's connected to what you wanted to do, it's connected to what you wanted to become, and it's also connected to changes that you wanted to start in order to change your life, where it was really boring and slow and annoying and really not really good, because things were not happening as quick as they could, as important as they could, as swift as they could. So that is going to lead not only towards a readjustment, regeneration and rebirth, but it's all about the swift change that you are going to have at that moment in time. And that swift activity and change, it's going to immediately start the progress of changes, and it's going to make you realize that, oh my God, this life is way too short. This life, we are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It goes like that, but we are still the same inside here. But if we don't do things, if we don't go through life by trying new things and starting new things and throwing ourselves in the water, we are never going to learn how to swim, because you're going to realize the actual liberation, the great feeling, the optimism, from the powerless and annoying and stupid situation that was bringing you down. This is going to turn around to be like a greatest moment of liberation. So what is preventing you to move on? What is blocking you? What is slowing you down? There is no one else that can do this for you. This is very important to understand, and it's a very part of the very tricky situation when it takes so much energy from you, so you're unable to kind of like get this situation from the right angle. So it's very important to realize that it comes from you. The power is within you, and this in itself is going to be the moment of promise, power and creativity that you are going to have, that is going to confirm this to you. It's going to push you further into all this, and most certainly it's going to provide you with a vision that you will want to follow, that you will want to do, that you will want to start. And that in itself is going to start this process on invocation. It's going to make your focus crystal clear by feeling radiant, by feeling very optimistic, by feeling lots of energy. Is going to be very significant this week, and also it's going to kind of like make you feel like you want to start living again by doing things that you didn't do in ages, by connecting and reconnecting with people you didn't want to connect, that you didn't connect or reconnect in ages. It's so important, because at the same time the certain celebration is going to take place, but somebody who means to you so much is going to tell you something, and that is also going to be part of this particular change, that it's going to confirm something to you, but it's also going to give you and provide you that green light that you wanted in order to move on. Almost as if you didn't have enough, like maybe self-esteem or confidence to actually go towards the certain direction. But when that comes from the right person that really knows you, as a confirmation, as it's time to really just go for it. It's going to be brilliant. But first of all, just have an open mind. Keep your mind open and just be kind of connected to all sorts of learning progresses, because they're all going to become rather interesting here, and most certainly they're going to take place. On another hand, somebody very consistent in your life it's going to give you an important news as well. I like this, because somebody very consistent and important and significant sorry, in your life, it's going to bring you an important news, okay? And that important news is also going to kind of like help you to make a decision like what to do later on when it comes to security, power, and finances. And it's also going to be at the same time the start of a wake-up call when it comes to the certain vision that you will have. It's the time of unfoldment that is going to take place, connected to the new beginning, and also at the same time connected to the end, completion of a very significant journey that is going to provide you and help you to go like on a rather advanced spiritual level indeed. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Pisceans, is just basically it is all about the actual the new beginning that you're actually going to have, but you really have to understand that you need to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself and you need to follow your bliss. Do not block yourself, please, because this is a lot to do with the things in life that you wanted to change, but you think that you can't change them, but you can. You can. And your power is going to flip-flop like that as soon as you realize that you can do it. You know, you must not wait for anyone else. I'm not saying that you're waiting for anyone else, but it's on you. Once you get this clicked, once you do it, then you're just going to be on the top of the world. So this is what is actually going to happen to you, my gorgeous Pisceans. You are going to have your top of the world moment. And also, you're going to be provided with the actual opportunity, you know, to actually do something, to make a certain impact when it comes to your home, when it comes to immediate home. You will be able to kind of reach to the second stage of your life when you let people know something very important. It's going to take an important stage, an important impact. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to say this to people, that something is, you know, an important stage of your life. It's about to start happening and start taking place, which is going to reflect on your life like there is no tomorrow, in the best possible way when it comes to your security, power, and advancement, yourself, rediscovering your happiness. It's going to lead towards the greatest change, but at the same time it's going to make you feel rather warmish and really good, because you're reaching a very important stage of your life. You're going to feel absolutely mind-blowingly great, and the honor that you're going to feel great is also going to mean absolutely everything to you. It's a lot to do with the support. It's a lot to do with self-esteem. It's a lot to do with a certain reputation and the support that you're going to have at the same time, and which is going to help you to avoid like a negative stage, the tower situation, and the battle, the certain conflict and battle. It's actually going to be avoided. It's wonderful because you will make a decision, you know, that you wanted to make for such a long time through your own illumination, through your own power. It's within you. The power, the strength, you know, the actual passion, the fire is within you. It's there. Jump in the water, jump in the water, jump in the water. This week is all going to be about you jumping into the water, just by making really important decisions with your mind. This is the water I'm talking about, just by making really important decisions with your mind. On another hand, you're going to reach a ridiculously powerful levels of your wiseness. You will surprise yourself how clever you're going to be. I'm not saying that you're not clever, but you will be able to stretch your mind and you will be very wise. You just have to trust yourself, and this is the way you're going to activate everything. Just trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself indeed. On another hand, you know, your justice is also coming. The fact that your justice is coming is just connected to the stage of your life where maybe, you know, you didn't kind of do really well because of somebody else was also connected to this particular situation. So it was down to kind of making an important decision that whether it's going to be good for you or bad. So most certainly that your justice is coming. The bottom line is your justice is coming, and it's also at the same time bringing you a proper balance. And that is also going to be an important moment in time when you realize about that justice. Pay attention around you, because you're also going to get and gain an absolutely mind-blowing advice, but it's not going to be direct. You will be able to pick it out for all this vibration and the dimension and energy around you, but it's important for you to be able to single it out, because it's going to protect you in so many different ways. It's going to bring the whole new trust and also illumination. It's going to lead towards the greatest greatest success. Okay, very, very important moment in time, my gorgeous Pisceans. Very important moment in time. I'm so happy for you. Okay, and when it comes to the actual on another thing, one more thing I was going to say, do you know what, it's just a lot to do with what you had the patience for, you know, that is coming to an end, and all the patience and all that energy and all that activity and all that optimism and all that, you know, work that you've been doing, you know, it's just all about the payoff right now. But I have to say, this is just the beginning of it. So that patience is about to turn into an opportunity, but before that happens, it's a little surprise situation that you will go through, that you're going to start feeling connected to, and your reaction is going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be like a little bit like maybe taking a risk a little bit, but most certainly it's going to take you on the most advanced level of your life. Okay, it's all to do with the completion, but also at the same time the big wish, you know, that you wanted to do is just going to be that spiritual petrol that it's actually going to come back, give you a nice spiritual slap, and just remind you to keep going, because you're going through through the very important stage in your life, week in your life, where you're going to be tested and challenged in many different ways, but this is where your power is going to be. Ooh. I just dropped the figure. Oh my god. Okay, right, Sasha, you're done. No. Do you know what? I just dropped the cat. This is because, you know what that means, that it's also going to be like kind of something is going to take place really quickly. That cat just fallen down, something is going to take place really quickly, and it's going to surprise you this week as well, and it's going to, you're going to make a decision and you're going to react without even realizing. You're going to react so quickly that later on you're going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe that I reacted so quickly, but it's going to be the right reaction, very wise, very clever, and it's purely coming through your own guardian angels, through your own spirit guides who wanted you to do this. So it kind of felt like a little bit spontaneous, but it wasn't really. Okay, so now my gorgeous Pisces is like, when it comes to your health, yeah, there you go. When it comes to your health, it is just everybody's a water baby this week. Very important for you to drink as much water as you can. Avoid juices, avoid squashes, avoid like a sparkling water, avoid like any water like it's a fancy water, you know, just try to drink as much as you can, like a normal water. Very important to say this. But on another hand, it's just so important for you to take organic wheatgrass the very first thing in the morning. Pisces, take organic wheatgrass throughout the week from New Zealand. 1 little glass of water, teaspoon, mix it up, drink it the very first thing in the morning with the 3 tablets also of organic spirulina from Hawaii. Okay, I have no idea why I point back there. Hawaii and New Zealand are back there. So it's organic wheatgrass from New Zealand and organic spirulina from Hawaii. So this is what I would take the very first thing in the morning, okay? And a spirulina, it's going to boost your immune system, and it's going to help you to re-energize yourself. And the organic wheatgrass, it's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself and to flush out the toxins out of the system. Very, very important. With the combination of vitamin D. Vitamin D is going to help you to protect your bones, of course, but I was going to say, if you're able to go into the sun and you've got the sun where you are, then you don't have to worry about vitamin D, okay? Very, very important. And when if you feel like a little bit like a stomach discomfort, I really highly suggest you to try to have like organic chamomile tea without sugar, maybe just with stevia, and maybe like with a little bit of organic unwaxed lemon, okay? If you're on any other medication, so if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now basically going on the talking about the partners. Oh my god, it's a great week for the partners. Something absolutely mind-blowing is going to happen when it comes to your own enlightenment, when it comes to your own satisfaction, when it comes to your own accomplishment, you see, when it comes to your own social relationship. A very beautiful moment of devotion. Just watch this space, my gorgeous Pisces. Very beautiful moment of devotion. It's actually going to take place. I really like this indeed. And for those of you Pisces who are single and ready to mingle, single, ready to mingy, you know, my God, it's It's so good. For those of you that are single and ready to mingle, you are actually required from me to go out as much as you can, to meet as many people as you can. Because for those of you that are looking for love, that are single, there is an omen that you are going to have. An omen that you are going to have, it's going to be connected to somehow to the water. Maybe you will have a bottle of water with you. Maybe you will drink water. Maybe you will out by the water. Maybe you will be by the sea. Maybe you will be by the river. Maybe you will be by the lake. It doesn't matter. It's basically what am I saying is there's going to be an omen that you're going to have. An omen that you're going to have, it's going to come in the form of a little bird. This little bird is going to confirm something very special to you. The little bird is going to do something unusual. Maybe it's going to fly really fast. Maybe it's going to walk funny. But at the same time, it's very important to say when you see this omen that you are crossing into a very significant and sacred stage of your life where someone very special is about to walk in. This person is going to be different, very powerful, very spiritual, and very successful in many different ways. Watch this space, my gorgeous Piscelinis. Watch this space. Okay, my gorgeous people, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I also wish you a Happy New Year 2020. I really wish you a Happy New Year. This year is going to be crazy. A lot is going to be happening indeed. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, and light to every single one of you. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my video. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.